Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? What's going on this crazy Monday? Can we say Mad Monday? Mad Monday, Modney Monday. What should we call today? Mayhem Monday, Mad Monday, Modney Monday. What we gonna call today, y'all? What we gonna call today? What up, Chakra King Black? The first one, drop down in the chat. What it do? Hey, Jill's Comfort Zone. How you do, boo? Child, I was up here like, do I want to go live or do I just want to sit here and just, watch some TV, binge watch, one of my favorite TV shows that I've been watching on Netflix. And I was like, well, let me just go ahead and get in and chime in on what's been going on. Y'all know Bertha May is going live at, I think it's at 8:15. At least at Central Standard Time. I don't know what she's going to be talking about, but I know for sure it's not the 227 because otherwise, she would have put that in the title. But I was trying to get in where I fit in before Bertha May goes live. And actually, I think it might be 227. Hold on, she changed the title. Okay. Yes, I'm glad I got in early. Okay, so Bertha May is going live, and I guess that will be with Auntie. And the title of the show is Monday Mess Madness with Bertha and Auntie. Guilty, guilty, guilty. That's the title of the show, and it starts at 8:15 Central Standard Time. So, of course, I'm going to be up in that bitch. Okay, I'm going to be up in that mother sucker. Now, I do have the link pinned. What up, Charlie? Hey, boo. Hey, my white chocolate. I do have a link pinned if anybody want to join me on this topic that has been trending for the last few days with Rodney and, the accusations, the allegations, the confessions. Hey, these are my confessions. Child. What up, hood? Hey, I'm reading your message to me. Hey, T. Danielle. What up, Booski? Man, you know what? It's been a lot going on. I've been listening over here. I've been listening over there. I was at work all day playing y'all in my ear. And I listened to Ness. I listened to Rodney. I listened to Sean Bradley. I listened to Pisa. I listened to Jay Wilson. I listened to who the fuck else was that who went live? I can't remember right now off the top of my head. But for the most part, the main issue has been, hey, Tay baby, hey, beautiful. For the most part, the position that everybody has been standing on is outrage, for Rodney. And I put in my title, how long will this outrage last? Not saying that there is no need for outrage, not saying that people shouldn't be upset or people shouldn't feel how they feel about Rodney. I mean, he done lost subscribers. He done lost one of his biggest supporters, which he claims he lost. His words, not mine. He said he lost, somebody that he's been cool with. He did say that was Ness. I guess Ness took his mod stick. And who else did he say? Did they say ZX took his mod stick too? I think they said he might have took his mod stick too. I'm not for certain. But they did say that Ness, I guess she felt like she had to take the mod stick. Now, I saw somewhere where they was joking around talking about Ness took it because he's gay. But I don't think that's the real reason. I think they were just, just playing around. Hold on, Charlie.
It's me,
Hello?
sis. It's me.
Okay, I got to make sure.
Oh yeah, I always do it because you never know who could be accidentally using my picture or pretending to
Child,
be
you
me.
never know. You never know. But as I was saying about my title, when I say how long will the outrage last, I just mean because, like, I keep hearing it over and over. What he said, absolutely crazy. Admitting to it and saying he was pressured,
Oh, did you hear the
absolutely
latest?
crazy. Especially if he admitted it on they said three different panels. His, Ness's, and who else? Was it Jay Wilson or
I
ZX?
He did it on ZX's.
Okay,
I know
so
that for
his,
sure.
ZX, and Ness. So three panels. He admitted that he did put that shit on there.
And now he's backtracking.
And now he's backtracking because of what Shaquille concocted with this, well, you can just make up an IG message and you can just make up this and make up that. And I'm thinking, like, other people who has all the time, like all those messages. He got a whole bunch of messages, like disparaging messages against black people, black women, children.
He
Who has the time to
admits
create all of that shit just to go at somebody like Rodney? I'm not saying he ain't nobody, but you know what I'm saying.
he
Like,
admits the ones about black people. He is backtracking on the ones about the kids.
right. But what he's also saying is when he was talking to Shakim, well, if you saying that this is not true as far as the kid comments, the 17-year-olds and the young kids or whatever, if they're saying that this can be created by Chat GPT or something like that, and Shakim is saying, that's not true, and Rodney is like, yeah, it's not true, but this other stuff is true. But people is like, well, how do we know? I mean, how do we know now?
And here's my
Because
thing.
if you lied one time, or if you lied yesterday, or you lied today, you lied about something, right?
Exactly. And here's the thing. I'm going to say in my personal opinion, how can you have an explanation for something you didn't do? If I didn't do it, I'm be like, look, I've never seen that tweet before. I did. That's not me. Now I'll tell you which
Mm-hmm.
ones I did do, but I didn't do that one. And you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have a whole explanation
A
of
whole explanation, a whole detailed explanation. Like, okay, I can see if you down at the precinct and they telling you, you facing unalive somebody. You know how sometimes people be down there and they just feel like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I gotta confess. Some like you up on YouTube in front of what did Jay Wilson call us? 1099s. You on a platform on YouTube around 1099s, your coworkers, and you felt pressured to not only confess to doing the shit, but then give a detailed explanation too.
not once, not twice, but three times.
Three times. Three
And the
times.
explanation really only changed very little. If you listen to the explanation, he kept repeating that he was saying that about himself when he was 17 years old, right? And didn't mean it towards a younger person,
Oh no,
right?
that sounds even more sickening. That's
Yeah,
like me telling myself, "Ooh, girl, when you was 17, you was good for the," or ooh, hood table when you was 14. Ooh, what I would love to do with you. Like that don't make no sense. Like what you speaking in third person.
like no, he was saying it. I remember when I was 17 and I was like that.
That's
But
what I'm
that
saying. That's what I'm
makes
saying. He's
no
basically saying this
sense.
shit about himself that makes no sense.
It makes no sense in the fact of here's the thing: the picture was shown and has been shown on the streets of what was in the picture, and it was two kids hugged up, on each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it specifically said, I don't know what it is about them light skinned 17-year-olds, but they got that stamina in bed. How are
Mm-hmm.
you meaning that about yourself when it's not
Exactly.
directed at yourself? It would have been, you would have stated as in, oh yeah, I remember when I was 17, man, I had that, I was that light skin with all that stamina. You would have said it
Right.
differently if you meant it towards yourself.
Especially on a public social media platform. I mean, anywhere. It don't matter if it was the privacy of your own home, around your peers, but when you're talking about them light skinned 17-year-olds having good stamina, I mean, it's still disgusting hearing it for a man who's like 50. When they
Yeah,
say he's like 50 years old,
very close.
and you're talking about yourself at 17, young, light skinned, 17, stamina, in bed. Like, it's the weirdest shit ever to hear this coming from a 50-year. Now I can see if you're talking like to your peers, like if it's me and you, Charlie, right, and we just sitting around talking, and we may be like 17, 18, 19, and we talk, girl, man, shoot, 17-year-olds, they better not sleep on us, or you know what I'm saying, like something like that. Like, they better not sleep on us, shoot, we got it like that. Woo, woo, woo. If you're young and talking about your young self, that's different. But as a 50 some years old, even talking about your young self in that light on a public platform, it is not going to come across well. And it's definitely not going to come across as you're talking about yourself, because you would have said me. When I was 17, I'm a light skinned man. I had good stamina when I was 17. Now, how does that sound saying that on social media, Charlie?
Still sounds bad, but not
It
as
sounds
bad
horrible. It
because you're
sounds horrible. Get on Facebook right now and say, when I was 17, I had so much stamina in bed. I was swinging off of chandeliers. I had motherfuckers wrapped around my feet. Say that type of shit on social media.
that
It don't make no
sounds
sense.
bad, but not nowhere near as bad as you're directing it towards
Towards somebody else.
who is 17 and a in our eyes, for all of us who are grown people, right? And he is a grown man directing that towards a 17-year-old young man.
That's what I'm saying. So
Mhm.
even if he is trying to say that he was saying it about himself, that sounds fucking ridiculous. What, let an employer hear you say some shit about yourself like that online? They're not gonna fall for that. Like, what?
There is no justification for what was said in those tweets. And instead of him standing in his ish and saying, you know what, I really fucked up by saying some dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? He is trying to explain it away. And when he's trying to do these explanations, he's literally just got, that little shovel and he's steadily digging that hole deeper and deeper and deeper. You know what I'm saying? And
Instead
then
of just being quiet. And then when he was up there crying and shit, I was like, I know you. Wait a Room Shaker. What up, Room Shaker? I see you up in there, shaky, shaky, shy. I see you up in here. And Room Shaker must have hit that panel. She said, I'm only over here because I heard a motherfucker was over here crying. I know we ain't over here crying. And he was like, well, I just don't know how to feel. I just don't know what to say. I'm just my supporters. And then Room Shaker was like, fuck that shit. Either say you did it, say you didn't, cop to it, stand in your shit, ask for forgiveness. I mean, I don't know what you can do at this point in time.
just stand in it. That's all what he should have done. He messed up. I'm gonna tell you his biggest mess up was even trying to explain it at all. He should have shut the hell up, disappeared for a
Yep.
while, and then come back. But when he got up there trying to see what had happened,
What happened was
no, there's no justification for what you said in that Twitter feed about women, about black people, or
what he say, gorillas or monkeys. Now I ain't gonna hold you, Charlie.
and then children on TV.
I ain't gonna hold you, Charlie, about okay, I'm not gonna be hypocritical. I don't come on here talking shit like that. But we have heard people talk like that over and over and over again in this sector for years. Be it a man, be it he straight, be he gay, be he trans, be he woman, male, whatever. We done heard the worst, the horrible things said about each other in this sector of YouTube. So I'm not that critical on that part. I ain't even gonna hold you. Okay, he said gorilla and monkey. I didn't heard a number of y'all motherfuckers over here call each other, say they look like a black monkey, a tar baby. I didn't heard a number of y'all say some shit like that over here. But because it's coming from a man,
It's
that
also, I will
I
say,
don't think there's any difference whether it's a woman calling another woman a gorilla or a monkey or a man. It's all the same to me. But that's
you've
just
got to
me.
look also at the person's track record when it comes to it, right? So
Hmm.
Rodney has had a problem that people have called out, that he attacks women in this sector, many women unprovoked. A lot of the women really didn't do anything to him, and just literally attack them for no reason. Yet when a man comes up to him and says something, he humbles down. How many times have we seen this? I think adding that together, right? If you take the track record of your disrespect to women with that and you compound it, you get what I'm trying to say? It's like,
Hmm.
oh, so now we know why. Because you hate, black women. That's what it looks like.
And
That's
people
the
have been saying
perception.
that for a long time. They've been saying that about him for a long time. Now, I I don't want to get into our situation, why he don't like me, why I don't have it for him. You know what happened, Charlie. You know
Oh,
I didn't do anything. I
you
didn't
were
do anything.
unprovoked. Fifi TV was unprovoked. T Danielle,
It
Choreo
it was based
Lover.
off of a CC had somebody on their panel and they got into it with somebody in the chat. That's it. The shit happens every day. But as I say, blaming it on CCs, I don't think that's right. But it is what it is. Okay, he don't got it for me. I don't got it for him. That's it. That's all. Other than that, I've never had anything against him. I was always watching him, listen to his chats, shit like that. I ain't never cashed app him or joined his membership or nothing like that, but I rarely do that with a lot of people. But I never had an issue with him. But he had an issue with me after choreo, and he tells it
But
over and
here's the
over and
thing with
over and over
Choreo.
again. Everybody in the sector knows that he don't like choreo. Choreo, like everybody knows. Like the story never
But
died.
here's the thing about the Choreo situation. When she first talked to him, she was not attacking him. She was being Choreo and doing the things she would do to anybody, just
About the
like
eyeballs, it
about
was
the
about the
eyeballs. And
eyeballs.
doesn't ZX do the same thing and his moderators if you put eyeballs in
And
that
so
chat
does
and don't
member
say hey first?
VS.
Many, many.
This has
So,
been going on for years, Charlie. VS was like that years ago. Don't come in here, block them. Block them by my Tracy. Remember Tracy?
mhm.
Tracy used to be like that. What you putting eyes in here for? So
so
it ain't like,
that's
yeah.
that's when I say that even with that situation, he went off on Choreo because she did the thing that everybody does. He would have got blocked at ZX's and cussed out the same way, but she didn't even cuss him out. She said, "Hey, don't put those eyes in chats. Come in here and say hello." That's exactly what she said. I could tell you because I was there. Now she may have had a little attitude in her voice. That is true, but she wasn't being rude until he started doing it first. And I'm going to
And
tell you, I watched it go down.
And let me say, I am not a big stickler on that. I have never been a big stickler on that. Even when the VSs, even when the Treacies, even when other people used to do that, I understand what it means. Usually, like even I heard Ken Nola say it one time. Like sometimes when people putting eyes in the chat, they just mean we here, we watching, we looking. It don't necessarily mean a bad thing. Like Shaka King Black does it a lot.
I
I
do
never
it.
came down on them for doing that. I never came down on Rodney. That was a thing him and Corio had. She thought it was disrespectful. She approached him about it, and it went from there. So I didn't have nothing. I was just like, hey, it just took a quick left turn. That's on y'all. Y'all two grown people. Y'all handle that shit. I'm not babysitting. I'm not protecting. I'm not doing none of that shit. But of
Well,
course,
that's
because it
like
happened on my panel, I get the blame.
if you listen to Nessus today, that lady that was up there was being super respectful to him, right? Because he perceives something as a slight or perceives something as you're attacking him. And it doesn't matter if it is, not something that's even that. He literally will then start attacking women right off the bat. But if a man were to say the exact same verbiage, the exact same way, he wouldn't have that vitriol, which kind of makes me think, why? Like, why do you do that to women? Just because you think that we're coming at you because we're actually trying to tell you something that is bothering us in one way or another, or we don't think is right, We're trying to help you. Sometimes some people are trying to help you, and because you perceive everything as an attack to you, right? Then you go off attacking people for no reason a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times, and then you think you have a reason. Oh, they were being smart mouth me. No, that is not always the case.
Mm-hmm. And shout
And
out to ATL Gal and everybody who dropped down in the chat. Vibrant Low. What's up, Boo? We got T Danielle, Franny. Welcome to the chat, Bird 23 Jackson Street. Hey, you guys, make sure you like and share the video, please, and thank you so very much. I
hey,
appreciate
Miss
you guys.
Franny.
Now, you see what T said? T said he attacked me for not giving a damn about him. I am a stranger. You shouldn't give a flying fook. What? Oh, that sounds like Tracy. A flying fook. What a stranger thinks of you. And that's very true because I don't give a flying fook what people on here think about me. Like, I don't feed into that bullshit. Like, if you don't like me, that's fine. Stay over there. Watch. Don't watch. I don't care. I don't care. If somebody says they don't like the hood table or they don't fuck with the hood table, I don't care.
It's
It
not
ain't
that
even that serious
serious.
to me. It's not that
Yeah,
serious to me. You're not on my radar. You're not in my dreams. You don't keep me up at night. Like, I don't have to wake up looking at
my
you.
life goes
You're a
on.
stranger. You're a stranger.
Tomorrow I'm still gonna wake up and I'm still gonna do my due
I still
diligence
gotta
every
go to work. I
day.
still gotta pay this goddamn mortgage. I still gotta, like, I don't know why so many people get so up in arms because they want to be counted and liked by everybody on here. That has never been my gameplay for YouTube.
No,
Never. I
and
don't get
here's the
in here and I
thing.
don't try to run in big circles. I don't try to sit on panels every night. I don't try to be up nobody's ass. I don't be paying nobody this and paying people for that. I just come on here, do my shit, do my thug thizzle, and support who I support. And that's it. And that's what more people need to do instead of worrying about who the fuck like you, who the fuck don't like you, who in your chat, who give you a cash app, who on your membership. I'm like, this shit is so like, come on now. Most of these motherfuckers on here is over 40 years old, but they
Exactly.
act like children.
Hey, babe. Also, I agree with what Miss Jill said. He goes way too far for very little. And also, 23 Jackson Street, it's me, it's Charlie. But yeah, he goes way too far with women, in my opinion. And a lot of the times, like in the chat, they said he's never had that vitriol for Rick Reed. Very little ever for Lemon. You remember when Envy checked him on the link, and all he did was go, well, I'm sorry if I, da da da. Like he humbled down to him. But if you
Shit,
let
that's
that,
that shit with Rick
not
Reed.
even
You remember what Rick Reed did? You
five
remember that shit with Rick
seconds,
Reed? Rick Reed had a motherfucker drive by. Drive by.
5 seconds though after he had that conversation with
And
Envy,
record his house, record his whole block. Like,
not even 5 seconds though after the situation with Envy, he started cussing out Jay Dunn, right? Started cussing out women. He goes after women. I'm sorry, but I do not like that shit. I do not like when you will not stand. If you're going to stand your ground with both. Because baby, I do. What is your excuse? You don't have one. And I've found out, and what I've realized, he goes where the popularity is, so he could try to get, up, which you're supposed to do in some ways, right? If you're trying to build something and all this. But at the same time, if it was like me versus, let's say, VS Icon, he would humble down to her, but he'd cuss me out. You see what I'm saying? Because she got the numbers. I don't. Like, because he tried that shit over there at VS house
I
trying to get a
understand.
mod stick. Did you see him trying to get the mod stick at VS's and it didn't work for him?
I understand. And I don't be wanting my sticks. I mean, if somebody I really rock with say, just give me a mod stick, I'm cool with that. But I done had so many people on this app give me mod sticks, and I didn't even really know them that well. I might have popped up in their chat once or twice. All of a sudden, I'm in blue.
Well, there's some
And
people
so
who give everybody a mod.
what I would do is just not drop down. I have even overheard CC say, well, my moderators, they don't be, modding and I'm going to start taking sticks and da 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 da. Well, that might be how it is if you didn't ask permission to give somebody a moderator stick. Everybody don't want to be a mod. I'm a mod for enough people on here. I don't want no more mod sticks. Like, and you see, Charlie, I don't have that many mods because I want people to just come in the chats and just have fun. I need a mod here or there to knock a motherfucker out, if they clowning in the chat. But I don't need 50, 11 moderators. It is what it is, and that don't matter if I got 20 in here, 200, or at the most I done had 1,000. Only one time, but at the most I had 1,000. I still had the same moderators, so I don't need to have all those damn mods in here. And most mods in people chats, they don't even get a fucking loan.
Yeah,
they don't even get a loan. And what up, J Ma? How you doing? And Jill said it right. People want to be liked so bad on this app. That's why a lot of shit that people do on here, I just look at as it is entertainment. Even this shit, not the kitty stuff, but even the shit with him talking about the black women or black people or whatever. I look at this shit as pure entertainment. When if we were to take the children off the plate and just look at the other shit that he said, it wouldn't faze me at all. Why? Because I said we do that to each other on here every day, all day. And then what happens? Like that one girl said, not to be disrespectful, but what Carla said, and I don't know who she is, but she hit Piece's panel today, and she said, "Oh my God, y'all are so fake, y'all are so hypocritical, y'all are so phony, y'all are so like she started bringing up Ken Nola. Now I love me some Ken, but we got to keep it funky, right? Kids to say some stuff about some kids. A lot of people here to say stuff about kids, and where they at? They be in people's chats. People still support them. People accept them on their panel. Am I lying, Charlie?
No, you're not lying.
I mean, people have said some very messed up shit. Even women. And when I heard the shit, now, hey, like I said, I'm gonna keep it funky, right? When who was that who replayed the shit that Piece had to say about Nessa's son? Who replayed that video?
Don't remember who
replayed that video. Was it Jadon?
It might have been.
When she was saying, I don't want to repeat what she said about Nessa's son. Now I know they were all in the thrills of beefing and going back and forth. And see, that's why I don't hold people.
It was.
Yeah, like I said, I don't hold people on that shit. I don't come on here scrutinizing and judging motherfuckers because it's the beef sector. Like if we really gave a motherfucking damn about the shit that people say to each other in this bitch, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be constantly helping people grow their channels, filling their pockets up, whatever need they have, we donating. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't do that. So it is, to me, I feel Carla in a way, like it's very hypocritical to get upset for one person for saying some fucked up shit that you might have said yourself or worse. Now, again, the children shit, that's a whole nother lane. I ain't talking about that at all when I say that. I don't even give a fuck about that shit. That shit he would say about kids and 17-year-olds and all that kind of shit, that's fucked up.
I think what really makes his situation a little bit more fucked up is the verbiage that was used. And it was repeated. It wasn't just like a one-off tweet, right? The other one about the training and just saying that young people are sexy and like
when he said something about them young light-skinned 17-year-olds, they really have good stamina. And then the other one was cute and young. He can train me. Now that one really like threw me for a loop. Cute and young. Now, okay, now Charlie. Some people could give him a pass for believing that other statement was something he was really saying about himself, right?
Yeah.
But this one, cute and young, he can train me. I keep secrets. Are you talking about yourself?
Like and I agree. Even I watched what ZX said. I agree with ZX when he said, I could understand if you were talking about somebody youngish that was younger than you, but why did you say you had to keep it a secret? Because if they're a grown adult, you don't have to keep it a secret.
Girl, you're my little secret, and that's how we should keep it. Mm-hmm. And what up, J Mom? Did I speak to Jay already? Now T said when you apologize, the minute you say if, it cancels out the apology.
Yeah, I will say, yeah. You got to apologize and move forward. And here's the thing: I think like I've said, the biggest thing where he messed up, instead of going with all these explanations, which made it 20 times worse, might I add, the explanations that he gave made it 20 times worse because the shit that he was saying was just like worse and worse and worse and worse, and it just sounded more terrible than what it did by just reading the tweet. Right?
He definitely need a what do you call them people
You
who
need a
speak for
PR
you?
representative.
You need a PR because I heard somebody else say today they had hit his panel. I can't remember who said it, but somebody hit his panel said you need to ever come out here to explain anything ever again. This detrimental because you are just fucking yourself up more and more every word with each and every word you say, even with the crying and all that kind of stuff. It's falling on deaf ears because you really either need a PR or you do need to shut the fuck up. So they are absolutely right about that. Now, people were telling him also, even who hit his panel, Charlie? Somebody Talent. Talent hit his panel and said, you need to just fuck all that shit. You don't need to take no breaks. This is B sector. We don't take breaks. You push through. You da 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 da. I don't absolutely believe that's true. I believe that there are times when you do have to take a break and you have to pull back from this motherfucker.
Let it cool off. Because here's
And
the
let
thing.
shit cool off because right now is not the time. Like he didn't. They said he was at what 2.9 and he's now at how many subscribers over there?
Let's go look.
I don't know. But they said he lost a lot of subscribers and I didn't even know
He
that.
was at 3K actually.
Yeah, they said he was at 3 something.
Yeah, he was at like I think 3.2 or 3.4 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look right quick. And I'll tell you.
And then he has a post on there that says, remember people, when the devil comes at you full force, there's always an angel there to protect you. Thank you, Cowboy Raw. I appreciate you. Man, people looking at them receipts from Cowboy Raw like, man, this a bunch of baloney.
He's at 2.9K now.
They was like, this is a bunch of baloney. That stuff that he was showing last night about made up receipts and all that kind of, like I said, I'm not saying that there aren't people who don't like Rodney, but I have seen stuff done to, tear down a subscriber. I mean, tear down a content creator who might be really big. They get numbers, they getting a lot of money, they sunning people, they doing all this and all that. But to do all this actions and create all these Twitter messages and stuff for Rodney, again, I'm not saying he ain't shit, but I'm just saying for Rodney, out of all people in the sector,
how many times has Shakim lied, and who does he have the credibility?
He ain't got no credit, no credibility.
He ain't got no credibility. So you're thinking a person that people may not even believe.
We still waiting on a real concert. We still waiting on one concert with Cardi B. We still waiting on a real concert, okay? Like, child, he has absolutely no credibility.
Source. Like, if it was a more credible source, it may be more believable, right? But your savior is like the biggest liar in the sector.
And even if it came from another source, I wouldn't believe it because of the fact that you not only confessed once, but you confessed 3 times.
And explained it.
And explained yourself. Constantly. Like, how could you make if you really did? Charlie, that's like me. Somebody say, Hood Table, you robbed that bank across the street. And because I'm so under pressure in the B sector, yeah, I robbed it. Let me tell you what happened. See, I was behind on my bills. My kid was sick. My mama needed her nursing home bill paid. My car insurance expired, and then my tire was on flat, and then I didn't have no food. I mean, I'm just explaining why I robbed this bank that I really didn't rob, but I'm explaining it. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. And hey, Kimberly Black. Kimberly, I hope you got my IG. I sent you your tracking information for your package, boo. Yeah, Jill, he was up there crying and shit. He was crying, but he wasn't like crying like online, but you could hear it coming on. And then he said, I need to put you guys on mute. I need to take a second from you guys. So yeah. I agree, Stretch Marks. I agree. That's why I said the rest of that shit he was saying about black people and women, all that, whatever. We done said worse on this motherfucker. The shit about the kids, though, the shit about the kids and the 17-year-olds and the light skins and all that, that is totally like child. Somebody was saying Ness, but you got a son though. That's what somebody was saying. Ness, you got a son though. And so the real reason why Ness took his mind stick, did y'all hear what she said? Because I didn't catch it. Was it because he lied? Was it because she's just unsure? She got to think about it or what? Because at first she was like trying to like defend him, telling us to listen to Shaquille and his video and whatever thing he was using to search tweets. And she was telling everybody have an open mind, and if you don't have an open mind, you shouldn't even be here and all that kind of stuff. And then she unminds him. So did you see how that played out, Charlie? Because I missed it.
You're talking about over there, whose house? Sorry.
Why did Ness? What was her explanation for taking his mind stick?
Okay, so I watched it, and she said with everything going on, she didn't know what to believe, whether to believe him or not, because like it looked really bad, and like she said, you know, my supporters are very upset, and a lot of my people are very upset, and so, and I don't. She said if it was just the situation that you were just talking about, I wouldn't be so harsh on it. But with the kids stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's the part that I can't get over, and that's the part that bothers me, and that I don't know if you did or didn't do it, right? And so because I'm undecisive, and she said I'm sorry that I'm undecisive, but I'm taking your mindset. It doesn't mean that we are beefing. It means that you can still be in my chat. I'll still be at yours. But it doesn't mean I'm going to stop supporting, but I have to distance myself pretty much.
And I absolutely understand why she did that. Any CC would probably do something like that. So
any self-respecting CC would do that.
Yes. And I even heard Pisa over there saying, Ness quit going up for bat for him over this situation. I heard Pisa over there saying that stuff to Ness, and I know Ness had a procedure today. I hope all is well with her procedure. But I mean, any CC would probably do something like that. I don't know right now. We a lot of us has been not maybe in this situation, but whether it's a brother, a friend, a cousin, a coworker, and you heard something and you like, man, I don't know what to believe right now, so I'm just going to distance myself for a minute.
That's what exactly she said.
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what she said.
I don't blame her for doing that at all, because I mean, I sure would have probably snatched that stick so fast. Well, she took his mind stick, and he was talking about it today. He was really sad that his relationship is kind of fractured right now. That ain't his exact words, but he said something along those lines with him and Ness. Somebody who supported, and also. And with ZX, because I think ZX took his mind stick too, if I'm not mistaken.
He did.
I just want to shout out all the people in the chat. Hey TSW, good evening, Miss Franny. I think I spoke to you, babe. Let's see. Jill said it happened to me as well. I always ask a person if I can mod. Yeah, I always ask people if I can mod them. I just don't give out sticks. I don't know. I don't think that's cool. But Jill also said you don't have to find tweets to some of these folks who have said some terrible ish about children. Thank you. You don't have to find tweets. All we gotta do is go back and look at the good old beam footage. Somebody always got that good old beam footage. And that's why what I always say, man, once you put shit on this motherfucking internet, is here forever. Like that shit that I heard Jay play about, pizza about Ness. I had forgot all about that shit. Like all about that shit. But when I was listening to it, I was like, oh damn, yeah, they was in a big beef around that time, but it was sad. And it can come back to bite you. Not saying that it's going to affect pizza or anything like that, but we do have to watch what we say on this application on social media, because things can come back to bite us, whether it's a job, whether it's a school, whether it's, just you don't want to have your credentials fucked up over something you just said negative or foul about my children or hurting somebody or diabolical, because it just doesn't stay here in this little bitty sector of YouTube. We are a little bitty sector of YouTube, but it does not just stay here. It
That's
does not
why
just stay here.
I suggest if you have a really great profession, maybe be very careful with your words, because you never know, child.
That's one reason why I said it before, Charlie. I will never come on here acting a donkey or whatever. I will never come on here acting out like that, because I know, you know what they say, some people have shit to lose and some people don't. Some people don't have shit to lose. And some people do.
I agree with what Stretch Marks on my buns also just said. And also thanks to Miss Diane for the $9.99. Miss Diane Smith 4140.
Thank you, Diane. I need to scroll on down, honey. I know I'm behind in the chat. But,
Stretch Marks on my bun said Rodney goes directly to the 17-year-old's channel. Y'all be dragging the kids to their parents in the chat. Both are bad, but one is worse.
Yeah, it is. It is both bad. It is like I heard somebody the other day talking about Brooke and Malik's son, and I'm like, even if you're talking about a child's weight, like, it's children. I don't understand why people on here talk about each other kids.
They go for ups, child. They go for like. Here's my thing. I don't like when anybody does it, but I cannot tell or control another grown person's mouth, right? So I can't tell them what to do, and it's just like this. People keep trying to equate me and VS, like what VS does and me. VS is a different person. I'm a different person. If I do something she don't like, she can tell me, or vice versa. We know there's things that both of us do that we don't like. That doesn't, equate that I support. Because somebody tried to claim when I was cussing out PA that I ever supported Jason. I have never supported the things that comes out of that man's mouth, and will never.
Because I even heard VS say one day, it was a while back, she was like, "In the hood table don't agree with everything I say or do." I'm like, I don't know. People think because you're cool with somebody that you might be down with everything somebody does. But if that's the case, then a lot of y'all motherfuckers on here is down with what a lot of motherfuckers on here do.
Every one of us would be guilty.
Like, come on, they like to pick and choose, and like they were saying, like they like to pick and choose, like they were saying. If this was somebody else, the people who support Rodney behind this shit, if it was somebody else, they'd be dragging them for filth, dragging them through the mud. But it's like a pick and choose thing. It's like a what did we call it the other day? When you're
selective outrage.
Not just selective outrage, but people who are really a popularity. The popularity thing also has a lot to play with that. It has a lot. We done seen some people do some fucked up, say some fucked up, heinous ass shit. And it's like another fucking day. It's like another fucking Saturday. Yeah. But let somebody else do the same exact thing, and the outrage. And again, when I'm discussing outrage, I am not talking about the damn shit he said about the fucking kids and young people. That I am absolutely not cool with. There's two different topics going on here. One with him talking about black people, women, whatever, and then the other with him saying some fucking shit about children.
I will say two that rhetoric going on here that he said in his statement, the rhetoric, that is some white racist shit that I've heard repeated, if that makes sense. That rhetoric itself, and I'd be like, oh damn, because the verbiage, right? Sometimes it's the verbiage, the way you say something. It's not
the way you say it.
I've always said it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And the way that that was stated sounded just like, for some reason, I don't know why, I was thinking of like an old grandma or old grandpa saying some
I was
bullshit.
like, when I heard it, let me shout out some more people in the chat. Hey, Stretch Marks, Rodney is coherent. What did I say? Rodney is content. They gonna keep Rodney talking about the commentary. Oh well, when the thing was when Carla hit Pisa's panel, she said all the outrage and all the outrage and y'all so this and y'all so that and y'all making it a big thing. And Pisa was like, yeah, we is making a big thing. But then she asked Pisa, is he gonna be allowed on your panel in 3 months? And Pisa was like, well, maybe. I don't know, but not right now.
Well, I'm with
See, that's what I'm talking
storylines.
about.
See, we ignore dark stuff until it turns into a
That's why I
beautiful
said,
story.
how long will the outrage last in my title?
And I'm gonna say this, for me, forever. But I'm not everybody, so I can't tell other
Yeah.
people how to feel or how to do. But I'm gonna say this: I'm gonna look at you sideways now for the rest. Like, I didn't look too sideways at him. I didn't like the way that he treated some of the women in the sector. Right? I didn't like that stuff. I thought it was bad, wrong. But I didn't know how far it went. If that makes sense, I didn't know how deep it ran. I didn't know it was a hatred thing. I didn't know that. I just thought, maybe he just wants to start. I thought he wanted to start fake beef so he could, do something in the beef sector, right? So that's where I
Hmm.
thought he was coming from. And then to see those tweets, I was like, oh no, this is like an actual hatred. You know what I'm saying? Of a specific type of person. Like, I was like, oh shit. And then to see the kid stuff, I was like, oh hell no. Oh no, Rodney, not you too. Like,
Yeah.
no, no. I would have
And
thought
I don't know if this
anything
is
but
necessarily,
this.
but see, I don't know if this is necessarily a Yusuf thing. And people coming in, please make sure you like and share the video. And let me shout out some more people in the chat. I don't want to overlook people. I know I got a small platform, so I don't want to overlook people. But I want to say hey to my boo. Hey, Unfiltered Muffy. How y'all doing? Love. Shout out again to Diane. Thank you so much. I appreciate the Cash App, hun. I mean the super chat, hun. I
Miss
do.
Dana
Thank you so
Smith.
much.
Whoop, whoop.
Dana and Dr. Sophie. That's why I don't make up, period. Child, Sophie. I ain't never really got into it real tough with nobody on here, but when I hear, if I even hear that somebody don't like me, and I know I'm not on here doing all kind of fuck shit to people, I'm moving right along.
Moving right along.
It ain't no, I'm coming over to your chat and I'm sitting on your panel and, well, why don't you like me? Please tell me what I did wrong. Can we make up? Mm-mm.
You know what we
I
learned a
stay
long
right over
time
here on
ago?
Hood Boulevard. I stay right over here on Hood Boulevard
What did we learn a
and
long
keep it
time ago at
moving.
the hood table? Go where you are appreciated, not tolerated.
Not tolerated. Not tolerated. And I do that shit in real life. I do that shit. I don't fuck with motherfuckers who really don't fucking like me or don't fuck with me. Like, you can tell,
I
you
ain't
can sense
kissing.
when people don't have it for you in real life. I don't play those games on YouTube in the B sector that a lot of people play for clicks and views and to follow and get along, go along to get along. I don't play that shit.
I'm
People
also
will
group
cuss you out and
mentality
tell you
person.
to people will cuss you out and tell you to suck their dick and then you in their face again. Like the shit that I see on here is it's pure just entertainment for me, and that's why a lot of shit I don't get outraged about. Again, the shit that he had to say about the younger people, that is totally despicable. I can't ignore that. But the other shit, I'm like, you can't come on here and treat somebody bad and drag their kids and their dead relatives and all that and call them monkeys and gorillas and then, oh, this motherfucker done called a black person a gorilla. But we been calling people gorillas in the B sector. We been calling people and talking about people's skin tone, how dark they are. We been doing that in the B sector. So that shit don't phase me, and that's just me, and that's just where I stand on that. But as far
Tell you
as
what bothers me.
the other shit, what he had to say about the 17 years old and the light skinned kids and all that kind of shit, that's bullshit. That's fucked up. And I'm not trying to put him in the category with Yusuf, even though some people keep bringing up Yusuf. Yusuf actually went to court. They actually have proof and text messages and all kind of shit that Yusuf might have been trying to entice children and shit like that. And as far as I know, that court process is still going. I'm not going to put him in that category to say he might have done something or he could, but what you said don't look good.
No, and I'm gonna tell you why it bothered me, and I don't know how many other women out there or people this bothered. I have a son who is just 18, will be 19 this next year, right? So it made me think, what if a 50-year-old man said that to my child? How would I feel? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, um, even though my child is of in some states consenting, right? It still is sickening. And I cannot ignore that, because why are you even thinking of a 17-year-old having stamina in the bedroom? Even if you're thinking about just, why would your brain go to that? Like, in the first place, even if you're talking about yourself, right? As the excuse stated, why would your brain go to that? Because my brain doesn't even think that way. When I look at a 17-year-old, that's a kid to me. That's a child. When I look at some 20-year-olds, and I'm only fisting to be 39 years old. So, you know what I'm trying to say? It's not like I'm 50 something years old or something like that, like Rodney says. I'm not that old yet, right? So I'm only 39. I'm not too far from 20, correct? But I still look at a 21 or a 22-year-old as a damn child in my eyes, even though they're
Absolutely.
grown.
Absolutely. You know, my sons is 29 and 25. They 4 years apart. And that was actually a trivia question a few weeks ago. Somebody won something.
Choreo, choreo.
Somebody won something for guessing that number. But yeah, they 29 and they 25. And when I remember when my oldest son, because they both used to work at Walmart just in different time periods because they 4 years apart. So the oldest one, when he was working at Walmart, he used to come home laughing and teasing me and stuff because he worked in the electronics department. Now, you know, in the electronics department back in Walmart, you only back there to buy electronics, right? He would be talking about old women be coming over there, like coming like 2-3 times a week, nothing in their basket, just coming back there flirting with him and trying to holler at him and all this. I'm like, motherfucker, let me tell you something. You better tell them old ass bitches they better back the fuck off before I have to come up to the motherfucking Walmart. And my son know I'm not playing with that ass. Okay, stay away from my motherfucking kid. Go get your old motherfucker on disability life support, SSI. I don't give a fuck. Okay, but leave mine the fuck alone. And I meant that shit. And he was like, "Mom, yeah, I ain't talking to the old lady. I'm for real. Don't get them fucked up."
I
And that's
think
when he was like 19 years old during that time. And he talking about they look like they 40 and 50. I'm like, boy, you better tell them all about your mama. We will tear that whole Walmart up. We will tear that motherfucker the fuck up.
I'm
And I was
telling
so
you,
dead serious. I'm like, boy, do I need to come up here to the Walmart every day acting like I'm buying shit?
because
But he
I'm
was
gonna
like, yeah, they
chase
just be
them.
flirting. Hey. And I'm like, that's so disgusting to me. You 40, 50 years old. And my son barely out of high school. He working at Walmart to help pay for his tuition in college. And y'all up here flirting with my son? Nasty ass hoes.
Like, what I'm gonna
Nah.
say this, and even now at 39, almost 40, right? When I see a 19 or 18 or 17 or 20-year-old, I see even all the way up to 25 sometimes, I see a kid, right? I see a child. Like, my brain doesn't even go
That
to
they
those
can use
lengths.
and manipulate.
That's just sick.
Use and manipulate. That's the only reason why old heads want to fuck with kids that young.
Yep.
And they talking about he called himself Rod Kelly. Did I hear that right?
Yes, you did.
He called himself Rod Kelly.
Rodney Kelly. Mm-hmm.
Rodney Kelly. Now they say the reason why he didn't want to get into all of that is because he don't want people to really know. He don't want to dox himself or he don't want to do some shit
He's
like
been
that.
doxxed. We know his real
But
name.
you call
He had
yourself
it as
Rodney
his screen
Kelly,
name. He had it as his own screen name for the longest.
and you know R. Kelly. That motherfucker, all he did was fuck with young ass little girls. That's all he did. And he manipulated them. He used them. And when they got too old, he tried to replace them. That's all old heads do. Whether it's a woman or whether it's a man. That's all they want to do with your child is use them, manipulate them, and then toss them to the side. That's it. They don't want to stay with them for fucking ever. They don't want to marry them. They don't want to leave their motherfucking possessions and life insurance in their name. All they want to do is get their rocks off and try to be young again. Don't let it be an old bitch. An old bitch who can barely lift her motherfucking leg up. She know no old man wants her motherfucking ass, so she gonna get a young man and try to get him some money and all this kind of stuff and, be a sugar mama and shit. But she's really using him and manipulating his mind. And it's crazy the shit that motherfuckers will do to children. I can't stand it. I can't. And y'all, a lot of people know my story. If y'all been following me long enough, I had a situation where it was an older person who did something to me when I was younger. And that has never, never, never left my mind. And when I was raising my children, I was overprotected with them, and I'm overprotected with my grandbaby. And my sons know why. They know my story. They know what happened to me, and they know who did it. So, I'm really overprotected with my kids because, man, you just can't trust nobody. You can't trust nobody. Family, friends, neighbor, the pastor, the teacher, the coach. Y'all better, man, take heed. You can't trust nobody around your motherfucking children. But you. So I don't play those games. I will go extreme measures behind my kids and my grandkids. And that's real shit. That's real shit. And when my baby was born, my grandbaby, who I affectionately call my baby, as some of y'all know, when I say baby, I'm an old bitch. I ain't got no little babies. But when I say baby, I'm talking about Ace. And before he was born, his daddy already knew what time it was once he got into this earth. Mama gonna be overprotective. She ain't gonna listen. It's mama way or no way with that baby, and that's how it is to this day. And he's 5. He's 5. That's my baby. Without me, there's no him. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Y'all might have made him, but that's mine right there. And if nobody else protects him, I will. And that's real shit. You gotta protect your kids.
Hell or jail for mine.
You got to protect your kids. Almost every single person I know, and I hate to take it there, y'all, but almost every single person I know, male and female, cousin, friend, co-worker, have been touched by somebody in the family. Not a stranger, but somebody in the family. Protect your kids. Don't let them go everywhere. Don't let everybody watch them. Watch out for the motherfuckers that y'all fucking with. Because a lot of motherfuckers only want to fuck with y'all because y'all got kids. So y'all gotta watch out for that shit, like real shit. Almost every fucking person, every female that I know was touched. And 9 times out of 10, it was a fucking family member. The uncle, the grandpa, the brother, the cousin.
And that's
like real shit. This shit is no joke. Motherfuckers think that shit cannot happen to them and their kid. It might have already happened to your kid and you don't even know. Because they might be scared to tell.
And that's why when these kind of situations come up, even, we have to take it seriously, right? Because what if you sitting right next to somebody that's doing some shit like that, right? Or thinking about doing some shit like that. And, so I'm sorry, but just the words and verbatim that came out of his mouth, I can never get behind that. And I will never. We have to take this shit seriously. It ain't no play or nothing like that. It ain't no like 2 people beefing and I just said some off the wall bullshit. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? In our sector, yes, people do say some off the wall crazy bullshit while they're beefing, right? In the heat of the moment, they're going to say some dumb shit. But to actually tweet that about a picture of 2 kids embracing, right? That's not you just saying some off the wall dumb shit. You thought about that tweet before you press send.
And that's why I say I'm like I'm boy when I tell you protect your kids. Hey Vila Shay, protect your kids, babe. I'm telling y'all. Now Dr. Sophie said my daughter and my brother's daughter, my daddy didn't even change. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I see sometimes how people say they'll be like getting mad with their kids if their kids don't go up to somebody and say hi or hug them or kiss or sit on their lap or something like that. If your kid don't want to fucking hug somebody or kiss them or sit on their motherfucking lap and they acting out about the shit, you need to investigate the shit. I hate when parents try to force that shit on their kids. I'm a survivor too, Q. I mean, a lot of people know I'm a survivor too. Not once, not twice, okay? But I'm a survivor too. I'm a survivor too. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the incidences. It was just absolutely no control. It just happened so fast. I didn't know what the fuck happened. You know what I'm saying? So, the shit can't happen. So you have to protect your kids. And when I see comments like the shit that was made with this dude, like I said, other shit talking about black people, black women. Okay, yeah, that's all bad. Yeah, we didn't heard it all. But the shit that he was saying about cute and young, he can train me. I keep secrets. And then the fact that he cop. These are his confessions in my Usher voice. Not on one panel, not on his own panel, but 3 different panels. Those were his confessions. That he did type that shit and he did put it on Twitter. And then thanks to Shakim coming around, the corner with these other, basically what's the name of the shit that he called it? What he called it? Bot block some shit. I forgot what it's called, but basically the research Twitter messages or chat
And
or
even MGO said that those can be not true, and
I don't trust that shit at all.
she has run her tweets through it and said that they weren't found when they were. So it's not a reliable source. It's like
I wouldn't
AI.
trust that at all. And then we're talking about a reliable source.
As in Shakim,
The reliable source presenting reliable source, girl, bye.
hey there, Carrie. Shout out to my 10.
Hey, Mary Carey, what up? How you doing,
What up,
C
Peach
Hat?
Cobbler?
Hey, QI. Who else done dropped down in here? Let me get back to these
Yeah, I'm
comments.
trying
Okay.
to make sure we
Hold
were
on, hold
saying
on. I
hey.
can't get in here. My name Riggs. Where you at, Riggs? Where you at, Riggs? I saw you up in here.
Hey, Tay Bay. Hey, BB, sis.
I saw you up in here. My partner, my co-host. What up, Riggs? What it do? But hey TC, hey Boo, how you doing, Sugar Wigger? How you doing?
Mm.
But
Look what Miss
man, when I
Franny
tell
just
you,
said at the very bottom. Look what Miss
hold on,
Franny
hold
just
on.
said.
And then I got another question. I'm gonna read her comment, but Black Beauty, what did you say, Black Beauty? Because I was at work. Was you in pizza chat? Was you in pizza chat? Then I guess it was something you might have said in somebody's chat. They was like, Black Beauty, you need to not say that, or do you recall seeing that, Charlie? I was over in
Oh,
Pieces chat, and they was like, Black Beauty, something, I don't know.
I know that she got up there. I don't think she saw some of the receipts when she jumped up there because I think she had been at work or something at King
Oh,
Roman's. And so she was trying to get a just a situation. And I think some of the stuff she was saying, like people were like, hey, no, 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 this isn't the case. Don't get on that hill. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you see somebody who doesn't know the full scope of everything and they're talking about a situation and they're trying to help the person, but they don't realize what they're saying sounds off. I think
very,
that was the
very,
situation. I
yeah.
may be wrong. Brown Beauty could correct me.
But yeah, please, Brown Beauty, let us know. Chime in the chat. You don't have to hit the panel if you don't want to, but I just want to know what Pizza was talking about because she said Brown Beauty, just you need to be quiet or you need. I don't know what the fuck Brown Beauty said or did, but I did see how Ghetto had hit the panel. He was saying, he didn't really know what all was going on, and Audio was like coming at him like, dude, you just gonna ignore the fact that this motherfucker might be a whatever, whatever. And Ghetto didn't know what the fuck was going on. He just thought that the outrage was over what he said about black women or black people or whatever.
Yeah, he
So
didn't hear the other part. That's what
they did have a little chit chat on pizzas, and they kind of
there was some
audio was
people
like,
who
my bad,
missed the main parts. They
right,
did.
right.
Yeah, and I will say that some people did miss all of the receipts. The outrage is more so for the children comments that you're hearing from the chats, or if you're reading things and if you didn't see those specific ones, yeah, you wouldn't be in the same headspace, right? If you only saw the others, you'd be like, yeah, that's bad, but it is what it is. We already knew you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
as far as in like the other stuff, the people who didn't see those are not understanding why everyone is so up in arms. And it's not a pylon. It's a, oh my God, no, you didn't. You know what I'm saying? It's a, oh my God, this is not cool. And you have to hold someone responsible when they say some stuff like that. Because here's the thing. What if he was thinking about possibly dating a 17-year-old and has not ever talked to a 17-year-old, has never done anything? Maybe this little bit of shame can scare him to never think about a child like that ever again. Did anybody think of it that way? Like, you may actually be scaring him straight. You know how you take the little kid to the police station to scare him that they're going to go to jail? Right? Maybe you could scare him away from 17-year-olds. I don't know. But I'm just saying.
I went to scare straight like 3 times. Shit.
It didn't scare you straight.
And I still wasn't scared straight. I was still out there doing shit. But anyway, that's a whole nother story that I done spoke about before. But Peach Cobbler said, not for nothing, we all knew and ignored who rocked. Yeah, a lot of people have said over the years that, they thought that he didn't like black people or black women or something like that. His name is Pinocchio, and people are trying to connect Pinocchio with the Pied Piper. They was like, wasn't he the one with all the kids? No, Pinocchio was the one who his nose grew when he was a liar. He ain't nothing to do with, trying to enchant kids or get kids to follow him or nothing like that. That was the Pied Piper. That was R. Kelly. But it's so crazy because he called himself Rodney Kelly. Like, that is so weird. That is so weird. And
I thought when he had the Pinocchio name, I thought he was calling himself a liar.
I didn't know why he had Pinocchio as his, and I didn't really read into it.
I read into it as either you're a liar or a truth teller, because Pinocchio's nose grows when you lie or tell. If you don't lie, your nose don't grow, but if you lie, your nose grows. So I was thinking of it like the story.
Yep, and you're right, Sir Smart. What Rodney said is a rag flag. You cannot ignore it, but still, at the same time, I titled the live, how long will this outrage last? Because we knew how we do over this motherfucker. Like, when that girl asked Pizza, will he be able to hit your link in a couple of months? Pizza was like, well, I don't know. I can't really say right now. Maybe, but not right now. So it's like, how long will the outrage last? And then they were bringing up different people like Ken and different people who said stuff about children and, stuff like that. And it's like, how long does the outrage last? Like, are we really going to do this seriously this time? And, there's people who've been unfollowing him or dropping down from his subscription and shit like that. Is this going to be the real deal now? Compared to other shit we've seen about people saying disparaging thing about kids and, all that kind of stuff. So, again, where Carla was coming from, I absolutely understand where Carla was coming from on Pizza's panel. Like, it's a lot of hip people who are hypocritical. They let certain people do some shit, and they let certain people do some other shit. You know what I'm saying? But Jill said, you can't force yourself on folks. Why would you want to? I'm not pressed. Girl, I'm not pressed to get people to like me on this motherfucker. I definitely am not. And Dr. Soapy said there are mandated court reporters here. They have to report it. Be careful. Be very, very careful. Ooh, that's a family member. I'm going to call her back. Be very, very careful. But let's see some of these other comments. I don't even want anyone. Girl, I don't want nobody in their 30s either. You know how hard it is these days to even... Okay, Charlie. No shit. How hard it is these days to even take care of yourself. With the way the economy is and as high as gases and food and mortgage and rent and all this kind of shit, right? I want somebody who's at least established, that live life. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody 30 years old listening to some music that I can't understand. I don't want nobody like I have a total turn off for a lot of younger guys because in our community, Charlie, they still, I don't know how they are in your community, but in our community, I still run across guys who are sagging, who like are in the passenger side of the car,
Mm-hmm.
who are, you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no,
Like,
scrub. A scrub that
I
they got can't get no love from
I ain't
me.
trying to say all of them. I ain't trying to say all of them. Don't get me wrong.
There's some of them.
But I have a certain turn off when it comes to certain things.
Oh, they still be living with their
Like,
mama. Some of them.
I'm like, I can't believe I'm still watching guys walk past me and they whole asses out. They pants is down to their damn ankles, and it's 2026.
No, what kills
I
me
can't
is
believe
they
this shit.
50, 60, you know what I'm saying, years
No, these
old
are
doing that
guys who
shit.
are like over 30. I'm not talking
That's what
about
I'm
no
saying.
19 and
These ain't
20.
no little
I'm talking about
youngins.
old dudes. Like, you still trying to relive your youth? Like, come on, pull your motherfucking pants up, motherfucker.
It ain't like they in their 20s, they're young and dumb and all that other stuff. No, these is grown
And they
men.
really be trying to holler and shit. I be looking at them like, eh, eh. And we was just talking about, wasn't we just talking about this last night on our show with Rich? I was like, man, the pickings is very slim these days. The pickings is very slim. If you can find somebody out there and you find a good person, male or female, hold on to them because the pickings is so fucking slim
I don't
these
want to be
days.
in this dating world. I'm gonna tell you, the
I
10
don't want to
years
be in
I
this
was
dating world and
single,
I'm in the dating world. I don't want to be in this dating pool and I'm in the dating
it was
pool.
rough. It was rough. And I'm gonna say that was me in my 20s. You get what I'm saying? And when I finally find I'm holding on, baby, I ain't letting go. Nuh-uh, not me. And
Uh,
if I did, let's say God forbid the bad thing, I'm gonna be the crazy cat lady all alone by myself with my little pets. You know what I'm saying? My little dog, my little animals. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it.
you just got to be careful because a way. People have a way to enter in your life. And girl, you know what I've been binge watching lately, Charlie? Real shit.
For real.
I don't know why I'm fascinated with it, but uh, they call them squatters.
Oh yeah, the squatters in the houses and
I
shit.
have
Yeah.
been so fascinated with these squatters, TV shows, videos, YouTube. Like, these people will come into your life and act like they really fuck with you, they really want to be with you and all that kind of stuff. And they turn out to be the worst person you have ever met on earth. And they refuse to leave your dwelling place. And then you have to deal with trying to evict them through the courts. They up in your shit. They eating your food. They using your water, your electricity. They having company over. They nasty. They filthy. They do whatever the fuck they want. And then they try to use this. Oh, I've been living here 30 days. The courts say you cannot make me leave. I get mail here. Y'all better watch out for them motherfuckers too. Y'all better watch
You
out for them
gotta, and I'm gonna
motherfuckers.
tell you this: depending on what state you live in, just
Yep.
letting somebody, like, let's say you trying to do a nice thing and you know somebody's homeless, and you allow them to even come stay the night. In some states, that is
That is
residential.
technically saying actually, when I was watching this one the other day, Charlie, they said 3 days and that person technically stayed there. But what I also saw was in Georgia. Georgia has improved its squatter laws. So basically, after 3 days or something, if you can't prove that you have a real occupancy, tenancy, contract, lease, then you got like a few weeks or something to get the fuck out. And more states need to do that because there's a lot of states out here who they be like, oh, well, it's not a crime This is a you got to go to court. And this is a not criminal, but you know what I'm
Civil.
thinking about, civil. This is a civil issue. And Charlie, I swear on my life, if that ever happened to me, y'all would see me on the news.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna invite me up there, and I'm gonna do
Y'all
the
will see
weirdest.
me
No,
on
I'm gonna
the
stay in that
news.
house with them, and they gonna move just because they don't like what I do. I'm gonna be up at 3 o'clock in the morning when they dead asleep. I'm gonna make sure I know when their sleep schedule is, because I'm gonna be up blasting music. I'm gonna be doing some redneck shit. When I say the most off the wall shit, like putting my toenails up on the table, I mean something that I don't normally do. Sitting there playing the banjo and acting crazy.
Girl,
Child, I'm gonna do it. They gonna want to leave because they ain't gonna want to deal with me.
I saw this one guy the other day. He had a property that he was trying to rent. And as soon as he put it up for rent, somebody moved in illegally. And of course, the city was like, well, we can't do nothing about it. You got this a civil case, whatever. He's like, the shit was just empty. We just put it on the market. Somebody is trying to move in. And these motherfuckers in here won't leave. So what he did, he said him, all his homies, his wife, all their family, everybody he knew moved in that house.
Oh,
He
you
said
gonna leave?
it was the man and his woman, and it was like 25 of them. And they said we moved in that shit. And we all was living in that bitch until the squatter and his girl moved out. Find the side, they just go.
Oh, I'm gonna make your life a living hell until you leave.
I would
So you
definitely make
gonna
your life
leave?
a living hell. I would definitely make your life. Don't let it be here in the Midwest and it be wintertime. I don't give a fuck about no goddamn pipes. See, one thing about my mentality is when you do me wrong, the give a fuck is totally gone. I don't give a fuck what happens next.
Oh,
So
baby,
if
I'm
some
gonna
shit
start
was to
doing
happen to me like that, y'all would
renovations.
definitely see me on the news because I would be up here in the O&E cutting the fuck up. Cutting
I'm
the fuck up. And y'all be like, that bitch in jail. Oh my God. Yep. Yep.
Oh no, see, I'm gonna be so like crazy that they're gonna be like, oh my god, I gotta get away from this crazy bitch. I cannot deal with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired. It's been 6 weeks with no sleep or 2 days. They probably leave after 2 or 3 days because I'd make it to where they can't sleep at all. Like
They
I
talk
know
about
I'm
you
gonna be
can't
sleepy
turn
too, but
electricity and all that shit. I will have electricity and I will have everything off of this motherfucker. I will take everything out the stove, the fridge. I will take the pipes. I will take everything, the light fixtures. I will take everything out this bitch. I mean, I would make it a living hell for you. I be feeling so bad for these squatters. I mean, I be really feeling so bad watching these people on TV and they can't do anything with these squatters in their house, just tearing up. Some of them be drug addicts and using drugs and all tearing up their shit. I mean, tearing up their shit. Thank you,
yep,
Franny.
I'm
I
gonna
will
remove
remember
the
drugs.
door.
Man,
I'm gonna be
I
petty
threatened to
as
do that.
fuck.
Well, that was a threat I used to use on my sons when they was little. Let a motherfucker slam a door in my motherfucking house. I
You
will
ain't
have
gonna
the
have a door to
motherfucking door
slam.
off the hinges. You won't have a door to slam. Shit, like,
Shit, you ain't gonna
you
like
better you
me.
better walk in that motherfucker peacefully. I don't care if you mad or not.
I'm like, I would be the one to bring the snake in. I might even bring in some dogs and
Man,
cats. I mean, you ain't no telling what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you, they would get so tired of seeing my face that they would leave voluntarily.
man, the shit that squatters do. Be careful, y'all. If y'all own properties, make sure y'all at y'all properties at least once a week,
And I'm just
checking on
saying, if
y'all
you want to rent
shit.
my services,
Check y'all shit. Check y'all
I ain't got
properties.
shit to do, baby.
Cause
I will
man,
be there 24/7.
you go a couple of weeks without checking your property, and you can have a whole motherfucking family up in that bitch. Talking about we got a lease. The fuck you do? Shit.
Oh no, see,
TSW said in her state is 1 day or longer. Yep. In some places it's like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and that's really fucked up. So I gotta give a shout out to Georgia, who got they down there. They got some strict laws now, and I think that needs to go across the nation because it's fucked up that people who own property, you could go like this one lady. She had a property. You know how Charlie, you have a winter house, a summer house,
yeah,
and that was like her winter house. And so, of course, when you have a winter house, you might have a maid or somebody go by once a month or every now and then to clean, dust, make sure shit is okay. But you're not coming there to the next season because that's your winter house or your summer house, your vacation spot. And they done moved up in they shit and talking about they abandoned it. They ain't been here in 6, 8 months. So we went down to the court and we got paperwork. And see,
I will say, Mississippi has pretty good laws. It says Mississippi squatters have very limited rights under the Real Property Owners Protection Act, which allows property owners to fast track the removal of unauthorized occupants through local law enforcement rather than going through lengthy court evictions. To claim legal ownership via adverse possession, a squatter must occupy the property continuously for 10 years and pay property taxes for at least 2 of those years. So they have to pay the property taxes, which if you stay up on your taxes, they can't do that, right? And they have to have lived there for more than 10 years. And if somebody's found living in a home that doesn't have that, you can actually do a sworn affidavit with the popos to get them out. They do have 24 hours to file a thing with the court, right? There's a 3-day contest window. And in 7 days, the hearing will be scheduled, which means they have to show proof within 7 days or they gone. So I'd say with legal and all that, probably take about 10 days to get them out. Sometimes if they try to fight it, but most people knowing they ain't got no paperwork, no nothing like that. There's no way they know they're not going to. So they
be having fake paperwork. They be on Chat GPT.
They got 24
or somewhere creating a lease. And like Jill said, I'll be on Snap. I'm telling you, as much as I put into my house and me to come home from vacation or come home from being out of town or somewhere, and I come back to a motherfucker living up in my shack talking about they bought the house or they got a lease. Like that shit is fucked up. And I hate how
I'm telling you, I would be up in there with some kimchi in a bowl, letting it burn, putting a fan in there, blowing under that door.
You see the comment about the snake? He said the man on spotted about a snake. Man, get the biggest cobra or something you can find and put it and let that motherfucker just crawl around the fucking house. Or get you a big ass, mean ass dog or some shit like that.
For 24 to 48 hours, I promise you, I'm gonna have your squatter problem removed. Because if you think about it, if I were to stay in the home, because there's nothing they can do about that, right? It's my property. There's nothing they can do to try to get me out, just like they have rights, right? Or it's your property and you've given me permission to come in, right? You imagine somebody playing god awful music, and I'm going to pick the most music you can think of. Or if I find out you like that, I'm going to go to the other off the wall. Like I'm going to find something that you don't like, right? And I'm going to blast that, whether it be heavy metal or whatever, at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Every time you try to lay your head down, you think you're asleep. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? Sing to the top of my lungs. I'm going to make your life a living hell. After 2 to 3 days of no sleep, they're going to be ready to go. Give them a couple days. I bet they'd be ready.
Yep, make their life a living hell. And hold on, somebody just hit me up. Okay, somebody was like, drop the link. I thought I had the link pinned.
Let me go over here and look. It is.
Yeah, I just pinned it, but I thought I had already had it pinned.
Oh.
But my fault because somebody had hit me up and said drop the link.
Hey, TC sis.
Yes. But yeah, the link is pinned if anybody want to jump up here. We've been on here about 1 hour and 23. I can go a little longer if anybody wants to comment on or add commentary to whatever we've been discussing. As far as like the outrage, I'm gonna sit back and watch and see how long it lasts because we know better than most, the people who've been here for a long time, we know better than most that somebody could do the most heinous shit or the most despicable shit or the most diabolical shit. And then next thing you know, they get support from everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they'd be up on every link all over the place. And I'm going to say this, because I feel a certain type of way, it doesn't mean somebody else. And there are going to be people who defend, and don't see no defense for it, but there are going to be people who try to defend it. Um, you know, the comments towards a young person, even if let's say that young person was 19 or 20 and you're 50, that's just, why does your brain go to that? To me, that's just nasty. Like, I don't look at a 20 or 21 or 20-year-old, and you got to think, let's say a 29-year-old person, a 30-year-old person. I'm 39, so that's not too far off, right? I can't even look at a 35-year-old sometimes, but more so like anything below 30, I can't look at you at all for no amount of reason.
Yeah, me neither. Hey, boo, how you doing, Corio?
Hey, I
Hey,
fell.
Curiouses.
Hey, Charlie Boo, I fell asleep, y'all. I fell
Was
asleep.
it a good nap at least?
It was good, girl. You know how
There
you.
ain't
Oh,
nothing like
I
that
got
good,
some
good sleep.
news. I'm doing my sleep study at home. I'm going to pick up the machine Thursday. Hmm.
I didn't know you could
That's
do
what's
that at
up.
home. Okay, good.
Hey, uppity ups. Hey, Mary Carey and TC. And Sophie was right about the kids. A lot of people don't play about two things, and that's a child and the elderly. And even if you are proven innocent, the court of public opinion will always side eye you.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
I was wondering how you two felt having sons, and I know you guys probably have been over this, but I just wondered when
I'm
I especially thought about Charlie because her son is, I think, around that age.
Yeah, he was 18 last year.
Yeah.
This next year he'll be 19. But when I heard that and I read that, I was like, oh my god, like how, like why are you thinking about 17-year-old stamina in the bedroom? You know what I'm saying? Like that's be like a 50-year-old man hitting on my 17, when he was 17, which wasn't too long ago. Son, that's gross.
One
Mhm.
second, y'all. Is this talent?
Hello, hello,
What up,
hello,
talent?
ladies.
Hey,
Hey,
How
talent.
talent. What's up? What's good? What's your talent?
it's nothing, nothing. Continue. I'm enjoying the convo.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I did say, Corio, before you hit the link, I did say earlier about how, my son, when they was working at Walmart as teenagers, part time for college, school, whatever, that my oldest son at the time, who was 19 and 18, around that age, was
Hmm.
always coming home talking about these older women who would
Hmm.
always find their way to his electronic department in the back of Walmart and not buying shit ever. But they would come every few days, flirting, all this kind of shit with him. And I had to tell them, I was like, you know how your mama is. Don't have me come up to that damn Walmart
I know that's
and
right.
cuss the old hoe out. Like, I
Right.
don't play that shit. Don't fuck around with my young ass being not mine, not mine. Okay.
You know.
I have a big problem with people who are a lot older
Yeah.
trying to fuck with younger kids, girl or boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because to me, like I said, it's a manipulation thing. They're trying to use them up for their goods. And then in the end, they're gonna toss them to the side, and these young people gonna be the ones that's hurt and not understand what they did wrong for somebody to toss them to the side. Somebody who act like they really care about them, and they still young. They still have a young mind. They're not all the way mature, and so no, I don't fucking rock with that bullshit. Not at all.
Funny enough, well, I liked KRN's live about it, and funny enough, ZX had a really good, uh, you know,
Oh no, Corio, come on.
yeah, he did. He had a really good.
Tyler said,
He,
no.
I know, and I can't stand ZX, but I heard somebody mention it. I think it was Ness, and so I went over, and Rodney had hit the panel, and it was just very interesting because nothing he was saying made sense.
He
It
let
just,
him dig himself a hole.
yeah, it didn't make sense, and they were catching him. The I think his mods and I think Trent Intrinsic came up there, and someone else that wasn't one of his mods came up there, and they were making really good points, and he was apologizing. First he said he didn't do it, then he said he mistakenly did it. He should have worded it differently. And then he apologized. And it's like, Well, which one is, you know what I mean? Which one is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
now they're fake, Choreo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. I came up here now. I'm not apologizing or defending certain behavior, but what I can tell you is Rodney he's one of those people, and I talked about this earlier. His personality is like Roe. Like they get real flustered, especially when they're bombarded by different people, being inundated by variety of questions, and they get frazzled,
Hmm.
and they will admit to stuff. Because if you remember Roe, they were trying to deflect back in Vegas. I got to take you back to Vegas. So grown choreo, but I got to take you back to Vegas. In order to deflect from some shit that was going on, they came up with the whole Roe was smelling too. And all of a sudden, Roe's hair stunk or something. And then they kept pressing Roe about it till he eventually said, "Oh, yeah, I did stink. I was stinking." Even though he wasn't, but he bought into that. And most people remember that. And we know people in real life like that. They're not great with their words. They say stuff. And I think what happened with Rodney when he was confronted with that, what it looked like real incontrovertible evidence, he immediately said, "Oh, well, I must have done that," and he went ahead and tried to make excuse. It sounded horrible in the excuses he was making, but I could tell at the time he doesn't know what he's apologizing for or anything. He's just saying something, and I think that's what happened here. Um, I Until we have all the facts, I can't condemn the man, especially when we got a real pervert like Sparkles, who y'all let on these platforms, whose information is out here. It's been verified, and because he got in good again with the people who put that information out, and they don't want to talk about it. It's swept under the rug.
I
But
don't. I don't
That was
even know.
refuted, actually, to
um,
not actually be Sparkle.
actually, I offered to pay that clown $300 via Cash App, and this is well known, to stand in front of a school, stand 5 feet in front of a school and take a picture and upload it to your community wall, and I'll Cash App him. He refused to do that, and he needs money just by the messy place that he displayed on camera. So it's clear, this audience of the sector picks and chooses what type of perverts are going to get a pass on here, because we've got another guy in that pastor, the wrinkly faced pastor, who
Mhm.
likes to spend a lot of time in amusement parks. And, I've talked about his deviant behavior as well. There's a lot of questionable behavior, things that are said on here that swept under the rug. There's no real clear proof. So I think that if we allow these clowns to pass, where there's more than enough real evidence out there, we need to, give Rodney the benefit of the doubt here. He says it's fake. He did admit to the racist ones, which, it is what it is. I've heard Kwani say worse things about black people. So we can't pick and choose. So there's my lukewarm defense of Rodney and why we.
Very lukewarm, like
Yeah,
2 minutes from being cold.
well, look. Look. You
Did
can't.
you?
You know how Rodney and Roe are. You
I
But
know
don't.
did
how
you
they are.
see
I
the
don't think they're the
evidence?
same. I don't think they're the same. I
Yeah,
don't.
no, they get flustered. They just admit to something because they
Let me tell you
they're
something. If all those people were coming towards me with the, like they were, like when he was up on the panel, I might have got flustered, but I'd be damned if I'd have said, yes, I did it. I would have said, no, 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 no. I don't care how flustered I was. You are not going to pin something like that on me. And I get so flustered.
Exactly.
I go,
And not
well,
something
maybe I
this
did.
serious. Like,
No, no.
Talent, would you sit there even if you knew? Would you, like, the stuff that you saw both receipts, right, of
yeah,
the kid stuff? Okay.
yeah.
Even if knowing Roe, do you think Roe would have ever said, "Yeah, I did"? No, Roe would have been screaming no
I
to the
think
top of his
I
lungs.
think if a couple people came at him the way they came at Rodney, some big time content creators had pictures and stuff, I think he would kind of say, "Well, I don't,"
Mm-mm.
because apparently these tweets are from years ago, and
They're months ago.
months
Some of
ago.
some of them
Well,
were.
I'm talking about the kid ones, not the
Oh,
racist ones. So he may, So I look. I'm not going to be on here trying to defend deviant behavior. What
mm,
I will do, however, is want to give him the same benefit of doubt that we give these other perverts in the sector. That's all I'm saying.
But how could you give him the benefit of the doubt when he acknowledged that he did it on 3 different panels and we saw the
But
tweets?
but
He didn't say that they were wrote out of, they were misinterpreted or anything like that. He acknowledged and confessed. It's one thing to confess one time, maybe twice, but 3 times, and you're not in the court of law. Your hand ain't on
Well,
the Bible.
and
You're just
I
among
and
your
I told
YouTube peers.
yeah, and you're right, Tanya. You're really right. And I told him earlier he's never going to win the argument about defending him saying it because he said it on many platforms that yeah, I did it. So he'll never win that argument. But if he can explain why he did it, and he seems to be offering a good explanation of why he did it, and that's why I say I compare it
you
to
think
Roe.
But you think it's a
you
good
think that
explanation. Nobody
explanation?
else believes it's a good explanation. We just believe he done lost a lot of supporters. He done lost subscribers. He know he fucked up. And now he got to try to make it sound good.
Well,
You
Tanya, do you remember the SK? Well, Corey, I know you remember the SK and DKL kid gaming
yeah
fiasco. Yeah,
yeah.
so that's a similar. These things tend to happen. People come out with so-called evidence, and we eventually get over it. And
But he
so,
acknowledged it.
well,
And he not only said, I did it, he gave a detailed explanation several times of why he did it or what happened for him to do it.
hmm,
So it's one thing to
yeah,
say I did it. It's another thing to say, oh, y'all said I robbed the bank. Yeah, well, my bills was late. My mother was sick. My shut off notice. My car about to get repoed. I'm explaining bullshit to y'all about robbing the bank, but I
how,
really did rob this
how,
bank.
how do you explain how they were able to get Roe to confess to he was stinking?
But we're talking about. We're not talking. I'm not talking about Roe.
Well, we're talking about the same
I'm
type of
talking about.
personality
I'm talking
types.
about Rodney.
We're
Rodney
talking
Kelly.
about the same personality types that you
But
could
we talking
kind of.
about Rodney Kelly.
Well, oh
And that's
man,
another
now,
thing, Rodney Kelly.
ooh, man, oh
That's the
man.
name he gave
It's
himself.
got the blue check mark, so that was not a faked. It was the
Wait,
same
he really
exact
called
account.
himself Rodney Kelly?
Yes,
Or
sir,
Yes,
Rodney
yes,
Kelly.
yes.
oh, I didn't know about this. I thought y'all were joking.
We
No.
were not joking. That was his at. His at was right at Rodney Kelly. And the reason that I say that those screenshots
Hmm.
were not faked, when you look at all of the other tweets, right? The previous ones he admitted to, they have the exact same at in the same spot. When you fake a screenshot, something's usually a little off. The blue check mark was in the same position. Everything with the picture was exactly the same, time stamped and everything. Now, if
And
I thought for a second they were faked, I'd be like, I don't
Yeah.
know about this too much.
Yeah, I see Jill in the chat says it's time for me to come back down in the chat. I mean, let me everything I said here disregard because I need to gather more facts before I
Yeah, we're
can
not going to hold it
intelligently.
against you,
Let me
talent.
get
Yeah.
all the facts because I clearly don't have them. Have a good one.
oh, talent.
We
It's
love
so
you,
funny.
talent.
It's so funny. Oh,
We know that talent tries to play devil's advocate. He tries to stick up for people when he feels like it's unjust in any way, shape, or form, even if he doesn't have all of the facts at the moment. Which, and when he does see them all, I think Tyler's going to go, oh, shit.
yeah.
Hey, everybody in the chat. What up, RY TV? Hey, boo.
Hey, RNY. Hey, everybody.
Hey, RY.
I
I'm
can
trying to get to some of these comments. RY said, yeah, they asked him to explain why he chose that name, and his response was, I'm not going to answer that because I don't want to dox myself. So then at the same time, I was wondering, RY and others, is that possibly his real last name? Because if he
no.
was already doxed
It's
before many times,
no. It's
they would
not
know that if that was his last name. So what does the Kelly mean?
because when they asked him on ZX's panel, Lord have mercy, I can't. But when they asked him that, and they were like, "Well, what's the R. Kelly about? I mean, the Rodney Kelly about?" He was like, "Yeah, well, I don't want to dox myself." And they said, "Well, we know that you've been doxed. We know that's not your real last name. So explain the Kelly." And he was like, "No, I'm just going to leave that
Mm-hmm.
alone." And they were like, "But it's not your real last name. We know what your real last name is. You've been doxxed." And
Mm-hmm.
he would not answer why he had Rodney Kelly on there. Plus, if it was faked, they say he went back and deleted a lot of stuff once he got popped. And so,
Yep.
when he went back down the timeline, of course it's not there. But my issue with that is where there was a deleted message or up underneath what he said, people were answering him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm checking out, dude. This is some, Edo stuff. And, people were answering it. And so if it was faked, why would people be answering it in the negative? You understand what I'm saying?
Not to mention, let me read this right quick for those who believe Shakim on the Grok situation. I just Googled, how reliable is Grok
It's
AI,
not
right?
reliable.
It says right here, AI has mixed reliability. While it performs well at speeds, coding, and real-time data access, users and safety reviews note frequent issues with hallucinations, factual inaccuracies, and lack of strict guardrails. It is not an accurate source to say that when you look at these screenshots, if something is fake, I promise you, you're going to be able to pick out one or two inconsistencies that will show that it's fake. When the entire screen name is shown with the blue check mark, with the same picture, right? Tells you the exact timestamps, and there are people doing it. Now, I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying you can usually tell. There's always a tell in any fake screenshot. I would not be saying that if I thought they were fake. I'd be the first person out here, whether I like him or not, saying, nah, that ain't real. You know what I'm saying?
I
That
know
ain't
I
real.
absolutely understand. And they saying Rodney is looking for a way out. That's why he's thanking Shakim for being an angel. Shakim of all people. And a lot of people know that boy ain't got no credibility.
no.
Like all the times he been caught in a lie from Cardi B concerts and all kind of shit. Like,
And
come
he
on now. That's who y'all y'all but
and that's who, he had been iced out until Ness came back. And so that was the only place really he could hit a panel of someone in the B sector. So he and Rodney have a close relationship. You understand what I'm saying? And so it didn't surprise me that he was the one, finding that these were fake. Because I know I asked my niece, I was like, when someone has a check mark by their name, what exactly does that mean to you? She was like that they're verified, that they filled out everything and they're
yep.
completely verified. And do they have to pay?
No, I mean you do have to pay. Which platform we talking about? Twitter?
Whichever
Twitter.
one is the
Yeah,
yeah.
you do have to pay because I am verified on Facebook as the Hood
Mhm.
Table, and I think I pay $9 a month or some shit. But basically, it's not just you tell them who you are. You gotta like show things. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's
Like the Hood Table, is a LLC, so it don't take much for me to prove that I am who I am. So you
And
mhm.
do have to show. So they want your information. You
And
just
see
don't say
that's
I'm Charlie or I'm Corio.
right. That's what people. I'm
You have
not
to pay
saying
for it.
anybody's stupid, and I'm sure a lot of people know that. But when I asked my niece, I was like, "Well, then there it is. It can't be faked," because she was like, "Yeah, you have to show things. You have to prove, and then you have to pay."
And it takes days too, because when I first signed up to get the Hood Table verified on Facebook, because that's where I do most of my advertising. Because
Right.
now the Hood Table is more, it's always been an entertainment platform, but with my
Mhm.
LLC, when they ask you what all will you be involved in, I put merchandise, I put all that kind of shit, right?
Mhm.
So now that I'm trying to get my shit like really, really, out there, because I'm now starting to send out and mail out merchandise, I got it, verified. And it
Right.
took about 2 weeks.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh.
It took like 2 weeks
I'm
for
sorry.
Facebook to put that check mark next to my
Mhm.
name. And I'm like, I didn't send y'all everything. I didn't, I didn't gave you my credit card. I didn't did this and did that. Like, and finally I got the check mark. So if y'all look me up on Facebook, y'all see that check mark.
Exactly. So,
Yep.
and then it's the point of, if I'm going to fake something like that, I would just put Charlie went to the store. You understand? But there were answers to me putting Charlie to the store. Like, she's not going to the store. You're lying. You understand what I'm saying? People were answering in the negative to it. If nothing else, I would have people, if I was going to fake it, I wouldn't put responses down there, or it would have been positive responses. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, these were negative responses to what I don't know. I just don't believe that they're fake. Put it like
I
that.
don't believe it either. And every time I look at especially the one, because it was several that he had put on there, but especially the one that said something about I keep secrets.
Yeah. What was that, Charlie? What did that one say?
I'll tell you what it said.
Yeah.
It said cute and young, he can train me. I keep secrets. This was in 2019.
And he was still in his 40s
Yep.
when, yeah, because he's in his late 40s. So he was about, yeah, he was in his, yeah. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
What if it was like, and I hate to, but like ZX said, if it was an adult you were talking about, you wouldn't have to put "I keep secrets." You understand what I'm saying? Like, if say you're 50 and you like 20-year-olds. Well, that's an adult, so you wouldn't have to say "I keep secrets," or 21-year-old "I keep secrets." But the "I keep secrets" on the end of it makes it seem like you're doing something nefarious. You're not doing something.
Yep. Like
You
you're trying,
understand?
to me, it sounds like you're trying to gain attention from a certain crowd also.
There you
I
go.
keep secrets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
what do you think about the fact, Choreo, that he said he was really referring to himself at 17 on that other post that he said about himself? Because me and Charlie did talk about that a little bit, but the one where he was talking about as far as hold on, let me pull it up. Cause I like to make sure I'm reading shit verbatim.
Right.
Okay. So verbatim. Don't be laughing at me, Choreo. Cause I'm like Jade, I got my receipts.
No, that's right.
So on that one, he said something about them young, light skinned 17-year-olds have real good stamina in bed. And he tried to have the nerve to say later on, after all this backlash, that he was referring to himself.
Right. Yeah, it did. That's what I'm saying. None of it made sense to me. I say that
Mm-mm,
for me.
not at all.
Why would you be talking about yourself on a post? Well, you would, if I was saying something like that, I would say, I had because you're in
That's what
your
we was.
40s.
Oh my God,
I,
Charlie, ain't that what I said? Charlie, Choreo,
yeah,
say it, please say it. Say it. Say it. Go ahead, baby.
I had great stamina when I was 17, or it would be "I had," because you're in your 40s now.
We
So it would,
both said that.
yeah, "I had."
Mm-hmm.
Not
Corey, I promise you I said that. I said I would say something like, when I was 15
yes,
or 16 or 17, you
yes,
couldn't tell me shit. I was out here, I.
yes,
No, he
yes,
wasn't talking about himself.
yes. And
Yeah,
I'm
you would
not,
put a I, a me, like something
yeah,
like that. You would refer to yourself. That tweet is not referring to
no.
himself.
And I'm not saying that he actually acted upon any of this. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that he was out there doing anything with anybody. I'm just saying that this is the stuff that's on your mind. Does that make sense? Because, I mean, we all write what's on our mind. But I'm not saying he
Mhm.
acted on this. I just think it's tacky, and I would have. Well, I don't have any respect for him, but I would have, when if he'd have just said, "Yeah, I did it. I was wrong. I shouldn't have did it. Y'all are right. I take a responsibility
Yeah.
for it."
Hey, Linda.
Yeah, and it'll never happen again, or it has. You see, that was
Just stand up in
2019.
your shit. I made a
Yeah,
mistake. That was in 2019. That was 6 years
exactly,
ago.
exactly.
Some. That would probably smooth over easily. It might not right away, but
No,
it would probably smooth over easily than you confessing like Usher 3 times with explanations on 3 different panels. And then
yeah,
you turn around and say, "Thank you, Shaquem, for proving me innocent." Like what?
yeah, yeah. And the thing is, right or wrong, whether he did that, well, he did it, but it'll blow over in in a couple weeks. Now, yeah, if you get into something on a panel, you're gonna hear about it. When you drop down in chats, people are gonna be writing about it. You know what I'm saying? So you're never going to, walk, get away with this freely. But at least, people can say, well, he stood up in it. It was dead ass.
Right. He
But
stood up and then he admitted to it. He
yeah,
like because I was like, you're not in the court of law. Yeah, you're amongst your 1099s, as Jay Wilson call it, but you're not in the court of law. Your hand is not on the Bible. Why did you feel at your age that you had to feel like you had to confess for doing something like that if you really didn't do it? Like it just don't make any sense. Pressure? You're too old to be pressured on a social media platform. Log the fuck off. If you feel that much pressure, you need to log the fuck off.
I don't care if I'm in a. I don't care where I'm at. If you try to put a jacket on like that on me, there is no. I might be
I
flustered
ain't
because,
copping the shit.
but yeah, but because 4 people are in the panel coming at me, my answer is going to be no. I didn't do it. I don't give a damn.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, I don't care how many questions you ask me. I did not do it. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And I might be flustered because he had a lot of people coming at him on ZX's
He
panel.
should have just
But
logged. And first of all, why is you panel hopping? Log the fuck off.
well, I guess he probably figured like if I log off, they're really gonna think I did it. You know
And
what
that's
I'm saying?
okay. That would have been better than you coming on here admitting to something as I mean, and then again, like I said earlier before, I cannot put him in the same category as Yusuf because Yusuf, from what we know and what we have seen and heard, they have like receipts and proof that he might have been enticing, trying to
Yeah,
engage.
yeah, it's
These
not the
comments
same.
on his platform, we don't really have no proof that
Yeah,
he did something with a child, or you know what I'm saying? So I
yeah,
don't want to put him in
exactly.
that same category, but it comes off as really fucking crazy
It comes off as weird.
and
It's
creepy.
weird. It's yeah,
It's
yeah.
really creepy.
It's
And
sick.
Linda said, by the way, the hood table, Pinocchio also in the story is a puppet who wants
Oh,
to be a boy and he's a liar, and Gomer is the way
yep,
pathological.
that's
Okay.
true.
Okay.
Pinocchio, because that's why people were looking at him sideways when he had that Pinocchio avatar and all
They was
that.
like, why you want to be a wooden boy that lies a lot? Like, what the?
Maybe he
That
felt
that was my
okay.
only thing. Was like, was he calling himself a liar? That's the way I took it. I didn't think of it as the I want to be a real boy or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Child Carrie, a lot of people is not out here believing these liars, but you know how it goes, Carrie. It's always going to be a smaller number of people who are going to, believe and have faith and be along on that side because they're not somebody else. Y'all know how it goes in this sector. It's like we were saying it earlier, the popularity contest. Had it be somebody else, oh my god. The
hmm,
same people supporting him would be dragging somebody else for motherfucking filth.
that's true.
They would be dragging somebody for motherfucking filth.
Yeah,
So it's kind of a popular. It's always been a popularity contest.
I know
We know
if
that.
if it came out to say Charlie did something, I would be the same way. I'd be like, well, I'm not gonna throw her away. I'm still gonna be cool with her because that's my girl. But I don't like what she did. And I think that's kind of where Ness is
And
coming
that's why
from.
Ness took that stick.
And
Yep.
that's where Ness is coming from, because she really likes him, and but she doesn't like what's out here. She said that, but she's not going to throw him away. And really, there's no need to throw him away, because, like we said, like next week, it'll probably be on to the next story. But the thing about it is, people are not going to ever let him forget it. If he drops down in the chat, or he gets into it with somebody on a panel, it's going to come out. That's going to be the drag.
Oh
And
yeah,
even
Oh
even if
yeah.
yeah, even if he falls out with somebody he's cool with now, don't think that's not going to
It'll
be the
never
case.
be forgotten. It will live on
Yeah,
in B
we've
sector
seen people get
history.
dragged for stuff they did 10 years ago, and
yes,
it got brought up in the drag.
yeah,
Like, so I'm sorry, but you're not ever going to be able to live this down. Once
yeah.
Hmm.
you're popped. It is what it is. What, in my
Yep.
opinion, what he should have done is stop making all these excuses, stand in your ish, and maybe, as hot as the streets are on the block, don't hit all those panels, don't hit all those links, go code silent, walk away, because what you did and said made it look 20 times worse than if
Worse.
you had just shut the hell up.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why people don't be knowing when to shut the fuck up. We is not children on here. Like, we are grown. A lot of us have lived like damn near half of 100. Like, it shouldn't take people on here to tell you to shut the fuck up. Log off. Plead the fifth. Why is you copping to some shit? Like, and
Oh, and that
he
was
said, well, earlier when he was live earlier, when he was trying to gather himself and crying and all that kind of shit,
He cried.
he said
He
that,
cried.
yes, he said people, when they hear stuff like this about people can get hurt, people can be because that's
trying to
true.
make himself the
If
victim at the
people
same
find
time.
out you a pedo or something, some people might try to hurt you.
But
But he was, people might try to hurt me, people, all that kind of stuff. Like, but you cop to that shit 3 times.
Yeah.
You
it's
just can't
the
overlook that shit. I'm
it's
sorry.
the
What's up, BA
optics.
Sagittarius? How you doing, boo?
Also, earlier, when you were talking about who was up on ZX panel that was talking that you agreed with, that was TSW Okov, Choreo.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, TSW. I think TSW was in here, but yeah, V Lachey said Dirty Foot is not credible. Not the biggest lie, girl. The biggest liar on YT. Like, how many lies have we caught this dude in since he been in the B sector?
he's
And then
not in.
y'all want to believe that shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how they say I'll sell you in China, or I'll sell you a bridge, and I'll
I
sell
got
you
some
a bridge here.
oceanfront property in
Well,
Yeah, I got
Arizona.
some oceanfront property right here in the O&E.
and
I
here's
got
another
shit.
thing. Let's think about who owns. Well, does he? Yeah, X. X used to be Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Let's
used to
think
be
about.
Twitter.
Let's think about who owns it now, and talk about how many times that he's had to recalibrate Grok, because Grok, when he first did it, people were asking Grok things, and it was answering truthfully, like, are black people this, are white people that, and it was saying a lot of stuff that went against the Republican Party. And so he had to he's reconfigured Grok to basically be a liar now. So when you ask pointed questions that are the answers are obvious, Grok does not say the right thing. And that's on period. And that has been proven that he's had to recalibrate Grok to basically be a liar.
And
Because
MGO said that she tried the same thing. She put some of her tweets that she really tweeted through Grok, and some of them it said she did, and some of them she didn't, but she had done them all.
right.
Yep. And let me make sure this is RY. RY, that's you, boo?
Yes, ma'am.
All
Hey,
right, huh?
Art, why?
Hey,
Hey,
RY.
L'Oreal. Hey,
Hey,
my hood
sis.
stable. Hey, Charlie.
This is
I thought she was
amazing.
going live today, and then I had to recheck. I said, "Oh, she going live tomorrow." It's the
Yes.
old heads who's going live tonight.
Yeah.
Ain't T and them. So I definitely want to be
Yep,
off of here before they go live. But go ahead, babe.
absolutely. I have a quick question. You said that you can't put him on the same level as Yusef because
Mm-hmm.
Yusef, I think you said like he was guilty or convicted or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my question to you is this. And
Uh,
when I ask you this question, I want you to honestly tell me if you still feel that way. He
Okay.
made a statement multiple times yesterday, and that statement was, "Oh, I have a clean record. I ain't never been caught."
Yep, he did. You're right.
And so my thing is this:
I didn't
everybody
hear
has a
that,
clean.
RY. I didn't
Yes.
hear that. I didn't hear
Yeah,
that.
My
I
thing is
promise
this:
you.
everybody has a clean record until they get caught.
that's
I didn't hear
true.
that, RY. I promise you.
I'm
I
glad.
didn't hear that.
I'm glad you brought that up because
I did not hear
Hmm.
that, and thank you for letting me know because
and
You're
I did
welcome.
not hear that.
that's exactly what I thought.
Now, please tell me what was all said around that. Like, explain to me what was he saying, what was he talking about, what was he referring to. Like, explain the whole thing to me because I did not hear that.
From what I gathered, because I was in and out, from what I gathered, they were saying, "Oh, he's a pedo and he's going to get his job taken and all this other kind of stuff because of what he's doing to these kids."
Hmm.
And he was just like, "Well, I got a clean record. I ain't never been caught." So you bragging.
Mm.
Yeah,
Everybody's record is clean until you get caught.
I thought the
Now,
same
let's see, that would have
thing.
made me feel a different way had I heard that.
I thought
Hmm.
the same thing as you are, and why when you said
Hmm.
that, I'm like, yeah. I mean, Yusef had a clean record and wasn't doing anything, you know,
Exactly.
bad until he got caught doing it.
See?
I
And
did not hear what
yeah,
panel was he on his panel? Because I ain't gonna hold you. I was at work all day, even today, and I was listening through my ear pod,
Hmm.
listening to everybody, Pizza and everybody else, Sean Bradley, everybody else while I was at work. So I didn't hear everything. And then when you
yeah.
got shit on double speed, you might miss
Yeah.
shit. So I didn't hear that. I didn't hear
He
that.
Yep.
said it on CX's panel, and I think he said it on Nessa's
And
panel.
I didn't watch.
Right, RY?
I didn't watch.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
didn't watch him over
that's
And
there.
then today, I was also slightly disappointed with Ghetto today because,
Oh, Ghetto. Okay, hold
yes,
on. Yeah, let's talk about Ghetto. Go ahead,
because
RY.
Ghetto hit Rodney's link, and he was laughing and joking, and it was something he said that rubbed me the wrong way. He said, "Yo, you need a good PR person, Rodney. You're gonna have to troll your way out of this situation." Excuse me.
But did you hear what happened after that though?
After that, I
Because
heard he went to
after that he
Pizarro's,
hit
and then
pizza
he
panel. Yeah.
exactly troublesome. He got to stay the f away from around me. That's
He
not what
said
you
he
just
didn't know
said.
nothing about the PDF stuff. All he thought was the people was on his head about the black comments and the women comments, and he said he didn't know about the PDF because even audio was like, "Man, how you gonna overlook da da da?" And audio hit pizza panel like, "Man, I'm sorry, I didn't know that you didn't know the PDF. That's why I was coming at you." But I think Ghetto didn't really know, like.
but
But
the
after that, he was like, "Fuck him." He was like, "Fuck that shit." Ghetto was like, "No, I don't want no parts. I'm disassociating myself from him." So he didn't know at first that it was more than just talking about black people and women.
Okay, I'll let him have that one.
Yeah,
I
that was on
will.
Pieces panel. That was on Pieces panel today.
I'll
Mm.
give him that. Maybe he didn't.
Yeah, that's why I said I'll let him have that one.
Just
Yeah,
like
But
I didn't
that
hear
was just
RY
weird.
what she just said. RY had a girl, RY. And the
I'm
people
surprised
on
you
here
ain't
know how I
heard that.
feel about the people on here who've been following me for years. They know how I feel about predators. I have been preyed on several times in my life, so you know what I'm saying. I really have a thing about predators and snakes like that. So had I heard him say I ain't never been caught, I probably would have never said
yeah, that's what he
I'm not
said.
going to put him in the same category as Yusuf.
I
Absolutely.
it,
And I talked about this today on my quick lunchtime live.
hmm
I was like, he's talking about it was a tweet. Oh, what did he say? I'm young, or he's cute and young and he can train
Yeah,
me.
he was like, I'm cute. Yeah, and I listened to you, Earn, while you was on here for like 30 minutes. She said, I'm about to give y'all a quick little 20. And I had you on
Yes.
double speed. So when I'm on double speed and I'm at work, I can't hear everything. But I watched your video too earlier. I always watch you in Envy.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, when girl,
Yeah,
I'm like,
he pissed me off with that secrets thing.
the
Because
secret
when I
thing.
heard that yesterday, I dropped down in KRN's chat. I
hmm
said, so he can keep a secret. I said, so
And
hmm
we
let
gonna
me
sit
tell you
here
what
and
it said.
forget. So we gonna sit here and forget that Rodney is the one that came on these YouTube streets and said he had a 17-year-old patient, a boy, that
What?
told him he was gay.
I forgot
Oh,
all about that.
I
But
didn't either.
RY, the comment was on the tweet. It said,
Oh my
cute
god.
and young. He can train me. I keep secrets.
I keep secrets.
He
And he had a 17-year-old patient.
Yes. He told us the patient came out the closet to him, and he wasn't going to say anything. He was going to keep it a secret. Now, when he first said
Oh
it,
wow!
when
And this
when
was
he
the
first
comment. Oh,
when he first said something about that 17-year-old patient, this was a while
oh my
ago.
God!
In my mind, I was thinking, okay, cool, you're in the healthcare field, got it. So this is HIPAA,
HIPAA. Yeah.
honey. Until yesterday, you can keep a secret. I said, no, nigga, that won't HIPAA.
Oh my
Uh-uh.
God. I didn't know nothing about no patients. And
I didn't
that's
either.
crazy because what he said about young people and then what he said about the 17-year-old, and that is HIPAA because RNY, I had literally just said, and Charlie can vouch the other day
Mhm.
when Lemon was joking about his mom taking care of people with Alzheimer's and they
Yeah.
running around without their diapers. Did I not, Charlie, say you can get your mama in some fucking trouble? You need to
See?
quit
Hell yeah,
talking
you
about your
did.
mama and quit
You
talking about your
did.
mama's job. I did
Hmm.
say that on here within the
You
last
did.
3 to 5 business days.
HIPAA is
Quit
a
talking about
thing.
the mama. And they like, well, he didn't say no names, but how did he know somebody running around in Pampers if he didn't hear that shit from his mama?
See?
So
See what
I
I'm
said
saying?
that like 3 to 5 business days ago. Limit. Stop telling people about your mama's job.
Right. Get that
And
license matched.
Because
I
the
got to
people
drop
already been
down.
calling her and doxing her. I mean, come on.
I got to drop down, but I love y'all. Y'all know it's poker night for my
Okay.
friend in the white
Oh,
sector.
well,
So I got to
hopefully
go
you
play
win
with
some
my
money,
white people,
girl.
Wait a minute.
Hopefully you win some money, girl. And I
Right.
had told y'all that I was trying to be on here no longer than 8:15 because the OGs, Auntie and Bertha May is going live.
I might have
Okay,
Okay,
well, I'm gonna make these the last 2 points.
go ahead,
Okay.
babe.
Now, he said he was never talking about sleeping with a 17-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Are you saying that we cannot read what you put on your Twitter? All
Right.
of your
Mm-hmm.
tweets said 17.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
how can you then say I was never talking about sleeping with an underage child? Yes,
Mm,
you were, because that would have never been the focal point. And
yeah.
you said in person, I was talking about when I was 17. No, you wouldn't. No, you didn't.
No.
Because if you did, you would have said, well, when I was 17.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing we was talking about earlier. I don't know how long you've been here, RY, but I
Hmm.
said, and we said, well, if we were referring to ourselves in third person or whatever, the hood table, when I was 15, 16, girl, you couldn't tell me shit. I was out there, had them
See,
motherfuckers, yeah, I was doing this. You could, da, da, da. No, you weren't speaking in I terms. You were not speaking in those type of terms, not that type of
not at
text.
all.
Not
Not
at
at
all.
all.
Not at all.
And my thing is this: how do you have so much disdain for black women when your mama black?
Yeah, see, I know a lot of people are brushing that aside because there's a bigger issue with the 17-year-old stuff. But not
Uh-huh.
only was he talking bad about black people and black women, he was doing it in a section that was full of white supremacists. And people are
Mm-hmm.
skipping over that part.
You talking about the
It's
white supremacist that was talking about Nolan Wells real bad?
yeah, all of
Uh
that,
And
huh.
all of
here's
those
the thing.
comments he was making were in a white supremacist
And see,
area.
that's the thing,
And that's the
Corio.
part I don't like that people are skipping over. It's
And
See,
not
you're
that he
right.
was just saying it, he was saying it where he was saying it.
You're
And
right,
here's the
Corio.
thing.
And
Those same.
let me say this real quick, Charlie Boo, and then I'm gonna let you go, baby. But earlier when I was talking my shit, I was like, we know how to be sexist. People say the most diabolical shit. That don't mean shit to me. Him talking about black people calling monkeys because we done that over here, calling each other
hmm,
black ass monkeys and all that shit. But what I didn't get a chance to say earlier was looking at those comments, you would think his ass was white.
exactly.
I
And we
If you
said
can't
didn't know
and
that.
he
we
was
can't
black,
forget.
you would think he was white.
Right. And we can't forget the simple fact that gorilla meme he used or something over there on Twitter to represent black people.
Hmm.
We can't forget the fact that he was a moderator for a man that used the gorilla picture and said it
Yep,
was Lady Nika.
for Lady Nika.
Yeah.
And then I had to think back. So then I was like, see, now you definitely agree with that
Hmm.
because when he posted Envy's AI picture, Rodney was all over in that comment section dropping them side eyes. But when it
Hmm.
was a picture of that gorilla and he said it was Lady Nika, you was nowhere to be found.
Hmm. Hmm.
But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I said this to RY. I said this to the panel earlier.
Hmm.
He loves to attack women because if when he was on your panel that night and Envy checked him, he humbled down like a little girl and was like, I'm sorry. But yet 5 seconds later, him and Jay Dunn was saying something, and he started cursing her, calling everything under the book. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
he told her he would slap the shit out of her too.
That's why
Yep.
Mr. Carruthers got a hold of him today and would not let him loose.
oh, I
Yep.
was like, yes, Mr. William, get him, Mr. William,
Mhm.
Yeah,
yes.
and my last point. I really sat here and I thought about this overnight, right? I don't know if y'all heard him say that his first boyfriend was light skinned and that light skinned man turned him out. Typically, when you hear somebody say, "Oh, yeah, he turned me out," it's something happened.
Right.
So after he made that statement, he said, and since then, my preference has been light skin.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking and asking myself, is your preference truly light skin because that's what you prefer? Or is light skin your preference out of trauma because your first boyfriend, according to you, turned you out?
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Well,
I don't. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot
It's
that.
a lot.
It's
Like,
well,
But RNY, how do you feel like in a week or two this will die down and people will probably go back over there, resubscribe, and
mhm.
you
mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying, and it'll all be under the rug. How do you feel? How do you guys feel about
That's
that?
yeah. Back to my
Mm,
title. How long would an outrage last? That was my
I'm gonna be
title.
honest. I'm gonna
Because
be
hold on,
honest.
RY.
Huh?
Before you answer, baby. Before
Mhm.
you answer, somebody had asked Pizza earlier. Will he ever be allowed on your panel again? And
That's
Pizza
exactly
said
where I was
maybe in a
going.
few. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
That's exactly where I was going. So to answer your question, the beef sector, if I ain't never been proud of this sector, yesterday I was.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've never seen a massive unsubscribe party in my life. I think he went from 3.04K overnight. Now he's down to 2.9.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Oh, people was over there unsubbing left and right. And
Mm-hmm.
so then today at Pizarro's, she said he'll eventually, I'll let him back over here eventually, but right now, no, he can't come around here.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
So what are
just
we doing?
yeah. I'm sure Yusuf won't be, because Yusuf was arrested. He's got a court case coming. So I'm sure, no one will let him back up. But, like you said, I've never been arrested. I've never been charged. So
See
there
what
it
I'm saying?
is.
And then for you to sit up here and say, oh, but through all of this, God is still good. He sent an angel via Shakim. What?
What? Look, you know what? I can't.
I
Yeah, he
said,
called Shakim an angel.
He said
yes,
Angel and Shakim in the same sentence, girl.
yes. He said, and through all of this, God is still good. And I'm thankful for the angel in the form of Shakim because I guess Shakim tried to, in air quotations, prove that the tweets were fake
Right. Through Grok.
Saying through
Through,
Grok, who
yeah.
is not reliable at
at
all.
all. Because
Not reliable at all.
MGO said
Neither
she
is the
did some of
source.
her tweets and Grok got some of her stuff wrong with her tweets.
Neither
Hmm.
is the source who still owes us a concert with Cardi B.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And still
This
owes
is
all them
it.
people that money too for that free concert. All them three people.
Eesh. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, and Ness told him to take a break. She said, you need to step away from YouTube just for him to go live and sit up there and try to pull on people's heartstrings with all this fake crying. Oh, y'all got to go on mute. For what?
Well, and also when she said that, his answer to her was, "Well, Nas, I'm gonna, I'll probably, stay in the clouds and I'll probably drop down in chats, but I won't hit any more panels." He can't get away from it,
He
so
can't.
you'll see him in chats and he'll be in the clouds and he'll probably be going live on over on his channel and stuff, and he'll have his usuals over there, and that's fine, but he's not gonna. You can't see. That's the thing that I say. Roe and him are not the same. I don't care how you cut
Oh,
it.
no, I don't think
Roe
they
is
are either.
no. Roe is not the same. Roe, may get flustered or whatever, but you can't
Hmm.
tell me Roe would have ended up saying yes, yes, yes. I did it. I did it.
Exactly. So I didn't understand why Talent was sitting up here trying to make excuses. Oh, he was flustered. Was he flustered when he went after Lil Mama Obama, Fifi TV, Ronnie Q, Choreo Lover?
The
Mm-hmm.
hood
Was he
table.
flustered then? The hood. You see what I'm saying? Was
Mm-hmm.
he flustered during those situations as well?
Mm-hmm.
T Danielle. How
Mm-hmm.
many
Can
people
somebody
Daniela
forgot her
please
Rosa.
name?
explain
Yes.
the role? Can somebody please explain the role shit? Because maybe I missed it, but when Talent came up here, I was totally confused. Like, what happened with Ro?
Bro, like, because people were like saying he smelled, and eventually he went like something like, "Well, I guess my hair did. I don't, like he was like trying to figure out how he did. If that makes, I think he was even talking himself into it. Did I? Like if somebody keeps telling you something, you go, "What did my hair smell? Something?"
Right,
But
because I can't. His hair's not long enough to pull down and smell it himself. So he was just like, "Well, I guess if everybody's saying my hair stunk, maybe it did." You see what?
Oh, so that's like way like that's not even apples and
Yeah,
oranges.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
And the whole Rod Kelly thing, him saying, I'm not going to explain that because I don't want to dox myself. Sir,
But the girls were like, "You've been doxxed. We know your real name. That's not your real name."
when I tell you Miss Creativity put her teeth in him and would not let go yesterday,
Girl.
I felt bad.
Intrinsic was
she had
like,
a lot of good points. Intrinsic did.
yeah, she was upset. She was
Where
see
was that at?
It
on
was at
it
ZX's.
was
Okay,
She
I'm going to have
told
to read
him.
about that.
She said to him to stand in his ish. That
mhm.
all this making excuses was BS.
Yeah, and
right.
she hit
Right.
Hess's panel as well and was giving him the business. So I don't know. I mean, to me, when you get caught in something like this, it would be nice if we didn't have to be bothered with you again. And that goes for a lot of people in a lot of deep situations, not just him.
Yeah.
But we have to, But what are you gonna do? Like, what can you do?
What I found interesting was how today he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna stand on business today. I'm gonna stand on my shit today. I don't
It,
think it was me. I know it wasn't me. You don't think it was you. You know it wasn't you. Which one is it?
Hmm.
After three confessions,
Okay.
3, 4, 5,
Three.
6.
So
Hmm.
I'm like, nah, Rodney, you are too old. Pressure makes diamonds.
Thank you.
Pressures make diamonds. They don't make you admit to shit you ain't do.
All
Exactly.
right, could you just give a little Cesar confession? So just give us a little bit.
I was thinking that in my head. I don't even know all the words.
These are my confessions.
Oh, like
Hmm.
this whole thing is like really it's blowing my mind. And somebody asked a question in another chat, and it was just like, well, I wonder why he ran to Shakim all willy nilly. And I had to sit there and think about that. And it dawned on me. I said, well, maybe there's some sort of trauma bonding or something between them two.
Could be.
Because I'm thinking, and wasn't it alleged in air quotations that he was talking to D. Durrell's underage son?
Yes.
Woo child.
I wasn't going to go there, but yes.
Woo
That was all
child.
over the place. They
Yes.
were showing text messages and everything.
Yes. Yes.
So maybe that's why Rodney ran to him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
are the company you keep.
Now
Mm-hmm.
that I agree with.
I wasn't going to bring that up, but yes, that is true because D. Durrell told the story on his YouTube channel. He did a whole live telling that story. Yeah, sure did. And he had to like tell him, this is my son. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it happened. Hmm.
I, d- and I'm glad Sean Bradley hit the link today too.
What did Sean? Now that's what I missed. Who's
Sean Bradley be coming out the woodworks, and I'll be all
Out
for it.
the woodworks.
Yeah.
Okay.
whose panel did he hit? And what did
Ness,
he say? What did he
Ness,
say?
he pretty much said, you a gay man and I'm a gay man. What are we doing?
Mm.
I've been in this
Yeah.
position before. Ain't nobody gonna ever pressure me into admitting something I know I didn't do.
And Sean said it on his own video. He did like a 15-minute video. Then he hit Nas.
And he said, I
See?
dragged everybody who said that about me. I dragged them for Phil.
Did.
He said,
And we know
I didn't
without
say I did
saying,
a damn thing.
we know
Okay.
without saying it what they were calling him. All these
Yes,
years.
Exactly.
yes,
And
yes.
he didn't come on here and cop. I
Mm-mm.
did it. Yeah.
And you
Cause
want to
I
talk?
remember, I remember when they was saying he was that first and last name person,
Mm-hmm.
especially after
The
that son ran
telling.
away.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. There are a lot of men, gay men. Well, not a lot. There are a couple. Him and someone else. I'm not going to name their name because I don't want them brought up in it because they're one of my faves.
Hmm.
But they were accused of doing something to their children, and they have never said, "Well, could I? I don't know." No, I did not. I did not.
Mm-mm.
It was investigated, and they said no. You know
Now,
what I'm saying? That I'm not going to cop to, especially something as heinous as,
exactly.
you know.
Now, what really disturbed me as well is people tell us, so, well, what was the context behind his tweets? Context doesn't matter. He said it.
There, yeah, I didn't understand that either. I didn't.
Context holds no weight.
No.
And for him to keep saying that, I was never talking about sleeping with a 17. Sir, you said you drank good. He can enter. What?
Mm-mm. He could what? Drain what?
Oh, you ain't see that chat, that tweet.
No.
Don't worry. Let me pull it up.
What?
Okay. And then it was a tweet that he put up about what is it?
Pull
Cow
it up,
bucking or
child.
buck bucking or something like that.
Wait.
Hold up, what?
Oh yeah, there's more that came out.
Oh yes. Hold on. Where's that
It's
tweet?
too many to keep
Oh,
track of.
he said, wow, 17 and cut. He can enter me anytime. I drain good
No,
Wait. Hush. Wait a minute.
no,
Wait a
RY.
minute. Say that again.
with pleasure. He said, wow, 17 and cut. He can enter me anytime. I drain
What?
good with a smiling emoji.
And that was done
What?
at 8:05 a.m. on
Mhm.
April the 23rd of 2022.
Talent. Do you hear this, Talent? I
And
know
you know what? On that one comment, on that one post he made about the 17-year-old light skin, somebody did
Mhm.
comment below in 2021 and said, "You are getting blocked. This is pedo stuff, and you already look questionable."
Absolutely. And
He's,
then I don't know if
he's
y'all caught this yesterday too. He said, I don't delete tweets. The lies you tell. Because right above all of these tweets, it says this post was deleted by the
Yep,
post author.
by
Sir,
the
that
yep.
would be you.
yes.
So how can somebody concoct these tweets and then they get deleted and it says they're deleted on your Twitter?
By the
Because somebody concocted them tweets, there would be no this post was deleted
by the content creator, right?
by the
Or
Yep,
content creator.
absolutely. And they tell me some of these fake receipts was made on what is it, Chat GPT? Really?
yeah, yeah.
Yep, I ain't falling for it. They tried
He
it. They
said
tried it.
he said a 17-year-old that's cut can enter me anytime. I'll
I
drag
I
it.
drain good.
Mm.
That's crazy work. I mean, I
Talent,
just
but
how could you be
talent,
so this is a very public application.
but
Now although saying that type of shit about kids is absolutely wrong on all levels, but damn, you couldn't like be more discreet.
no,
Mm-mm.
Like
because
you're putting it out there like you don't give a fuck.
look,
Who
after
sees
you
it?
after you've entered two or three of those that type of stuff, even if it's racist stuff, if they
Mm-hmm.
don't get monitored and deleted by the system, the people that do that kind of stuff, yeah, you feel free to keep typing that kind of stuff because
Absolutely.
obviously no one cares. They're not you're not getting in trouble for it.
See what I'm saying? And then the whole bug breaking thing, that was something that he reposted on Twitter, or he took somebody's thing and just shared it out. And it simply says homosexuality has been around for centuries. In slavery, the term bug breaking was the practice of using sexual violence and punishment for the slave man. Once a plantation owner violates the black man, he then turned around and used it as a way to control the slave. Now, he put up this
And that
picture
is real
of buck
fact.
breaking. Now, he put up the picture about buck breaking, and I want you to focus on the last sentence. It said, once the plantation owner violates the black man, he then turns around and uses it as a way to control the slave. Mind you, this is the same person that said, I keep secrets. And he kept a secret for that 17-year-old patient that came out to him. So in
Mhm.
my mind, I'm thinking he's holding on to this secret as just to have something to hold over his head in case he decides to do something to that little boy.
It's
He could say,
kind of
he
weird
said,
though, RY, because
remember what you told me.
you
Mm.
know how some people, it's kind of weird because you know how some people, it's like they want to be caught or they want to be, you know what I mean? It's like
I
I'm
don't think
getting that. I'm getting that from the post that he was putting on Twitter because they come across really creepy and really pedo. Why are you putting this shit on Twitter, a very public application?
Because
I'm good with secrets. I mean, shit like that with
That's
17
crazy.
year
here's
old
the thing.
secrets. A 17-year old from a child from a man who's fully grown don't even go in the same motherfucking sentence.
Now,
Here's
if
the
if
thing.
we can if we can add a little more context to it, just to kind of put it all in one big picture. These tweets was made what? I saw some dates 2025, 2026, or 4 or 5 years ago, right? So
Mm-hmm.
right now, if he's 46, about 4 or 5 years ago will put him at about 40, 41.
Mm-hmm.
At the time the kids were 17.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how big of an age gap that is?
Sure.
Very,
That's old enough
very,
to be a
very
dad.
large. Very large.
And now I think
My
that
That's
17-year-old
a
with a
24-year gap.
here's the
child.
thing. I think Ness was saying how she was shedding doubt on it because she said that Seven Stars, which is true, she's one of the
Hmm.
best doxers in the B sector.
I wish Seven would come out here on
And
this shit.
and she was saying
Listen,
how when Seven docs someone, it would be completely thorough. And she doesn't feel like if that was on his Twitter, that Seven would have shown that. In other words, if that had been on there, Seven would have put that out too.
But
But
that's
those
true.
maybe
But
tweets
you
were
know,
Seven was
this
made
is a
only
after.
interested in the pictures, though.
They
I
were
mean,
made after. That's what a lot of people are missing. A lot of these
mhm.
tweets were made after the doxing.
yeah,
But
because
you know,
when
but you know, his
actually
this
did
isn't the first
Seven
time
dox
his Twitter
him?
came into question over here.
Because the B sector been around technically per se since what 17,
About 17, 18. Yep.
and this shit was in 19.
See what I'm
So
saying?
when exactly did Seven? That's why I know Seven is on her soft life and her fiance and all
Hmm.
that shit. So she'll probably won't even respond to this bullshit.
Right.
But I do wish that she might come out and be like, "I did this in this year," or da 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 da.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Because
know
it
that
will
this
bring
isn't
some
the first time
clarity.
that his. You know this isn't the first time something that he put on Twitter made it to the beef sector. Who was that?
Oh
Arm
yeah,
guy. Didn't he get
I
robbed by
remember the
some
butt
young men?
cheeks, the
Yes. And I'm
butt talks.
glad you brought this up. VA Sagittarius. Didn't he get robbed by some young men? And this was the question I posed to a couple of people.
Yep.
Would it be because I don't even think they showed
And they
pictures
didn't
of
even
who
have
robbed
weapons.
them.
I heard they didn't have no weapons,
They
right?
didn't. They didn't. So now my question then became, would he even have an issue if the teens that robbed him was light skinned like he like them?
Well,
And my
uh,
question
well,
was, did he say some dirty things to those little kids, and that's the reason
um,
they robbed him? I'm
well,
just saying.
Mm.
Kiki came out what a week or two ago, and he said that what the thing about the robbery was, and I might be misquoting a little bit, but the gist of it was that it was at a hotel slash motel, and it was in the parking lot, and
Wait a minute, hold on. When
Hold
this
on.
story first came out, they said it was a grocery store.
and maybe it was, like I said, I might be getting it a little wrong, but he said, no,
But
he
you're not
said.
the first person I heard somebody say something about motel or a hotel.
Yeah, I think
I heard that
Kiki
a couple
said
times
that
today.
this happened because he had the news article, he said.
And
And
here's
that
my question about that: was
happened.
he setting up a possible meetup, and then you know how people will do these meetups, and then they'll rob somebody?
Yeah,
You ever think that he may have been trying to do a setup with one of them
I don't
17 year
know.
olds, and then they robbed him instead of
I don't know. But I think
That is
that's what
sick.
Kiki said, that it wasn't exactly what the story is being told.
Now,
And
when you say Kiki, are you talking about Ken?
yes.
Yeah, the boy Kiki. Okay.
Now, God have mercy. Ken said something today that made me go, wait, pump your brakes, pause, what? You was over at Pizza today, the hood table.
I saw it.
Yes, I was when he
Okay,
hit the link. Yep.
okay. So did y'all hear what he said?
Yeah.
Mm.
Talk about something. Oh, shout out to Rodney.
Yeah.
I heard him. He said, "Shout
What?
out to Rodney," and they was like, "What do you mean, shout out to Rodney?"
I had to leave when I heard that. I said, oh, no, see, because I'm really about to get pissed off all over
But
again.
see, that's why thus the title of my show. How long will this outrage last?
And
Because
here's
we
the
all have seen some very diabolical, heinous shit said, heard, whatever. He done lost how many subscribers in 24 hours?
A lot.
Is this gonna last? Or y'all gonna stand on y'all shit? Is y'all gonna blackball him? What y'all gonna do? Because other than that, I mean, like we done seen a lot of motherfuckers in this area do and say a lot of bad things about kids and all that kind of shit. So what's up? What y'all
But
gonna do?
Abel, if he tried to hit your panel right now, would you let him up?
Hell no, I wouldn't let him up before this shit. And we hit on that a little bit before now. How I said I never done anything wrong to him. He's totally upset with me because some shit between y'all.
Right.
Like I used to watch Rodney. I used to be in his chats long time ago. I used to be in his chats. I used to watch him. I used to even do commentary
And
on some shit
I
that what happened in his chat. I never had an issue with Rodney, but as soon as he had an issue with Corey on my boo, then it was like, hey, fuck to the hood table. I'm like,
and
okay.
I took up for
That's
Corio in that
crazy.
instance because Corio said what ZX says and what many others say in this thing about putting the eyes in the chat. At least say hey. At least say hey to the host or something like that. Like Corio didn't do no different than what anybody else does on here, but he found a problem with it and started attacking Corio. But she said the same thing that ZX says
Well, he
and his
has
people say.
issue. He doesn't feel that he needs to follow the rules. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He's channel holder. That's why he fell out. I believe with some of the mods in what's her name? What's her K Fit? He wanted to hit he dropped down immediately. Link,
Mhm.
give me the link. And they were like, well, let her finish her commentary and we'll get the link to you. And he just kept saying link over and over and over. And they were like, look,
I
Oh, I do
remember that.
remember that.
Yep, I
yeah,
remember
Oh
that.
my
yeah.
God.
And they
And
was
he
like, dang, hold on. Can she get her? I remember
right.
that.
And they
Oh, I
rather
forgot all about that.
yeah. And he asked so many times. I think one of the mods I don't even know for sure, might have been kind of snappy. Like we
Mhm.
said, wait till she and that's why that was
Or
the
we see your comment or just wait. They said something
Yes.
like that. I
yeah.
remember.
Yeah, and that was,
Dang.
it's always, the entitlement, being up on somebody's panel. Don't put that person up here. I don't want to
Right.
see that bitch. Don't put, and it's like, you can't run people's channels.
Mm.
You can't do it. And so it's never been, look at Fifi TV doesn't bother anyone.
She
I
bothers
don't know what was up with
nobody.
the Fifi TV stuff. He came at her multiple times, and I still don't
I think it
understand
has
that
something
shit.
to do with a challenge.
Yes, Brooke,
Like
Fifi
the makeup challenge or something.
No, Fifi won
It
what was
wasn't.
it, the prettiest one in the
Was
piece?
it the natural face challenge or the
Yeah,
Yeah, it
all
was
natural?
something
yeah,
about
Yeah.
something
yeah,
about beauty. Yeah, yeah.
yes. And
Mhm.
He thought Brooke, and Brooke, this is not against you, just telling the story. He felt Brooke should have won because Brooke is part of Nessa's people. At that time, she was like, a finesser. She's a mod over there. But
Mhm.
yeah, he felt that, Brooke should have won. And he came after Fifi full blast.
For no reason. And speaking of Nest, today's live over at Nest's was very, very interesting. Um,
I didn't see it. I don't
oh
think.
yeah. Oh, it was good. It was good. And the part that really made my ears perk up
You talking
was
about when she was like showing Shakim's receipts, or is that a newer live?
that has to be a newer one. I'm
Okay,
talking
okay.
about the live where she had some court stuff as a thumbnail. I guess that was supposed to be about Jay
Oh,
Dunn.
I saw that. Who was the court
Yeah.
stuff about? Because I was trying to blow it
That was
up, but it
Jay Dunn, because if you look at it, it says
oh
cyber stalking.
because I
You
couldn't
know?
even tell. I was on my cell phone at work and I was trying to blow it up as big as I can, but it was blurry, so I
Yeah,
couldn't
Yep.
tell.
Now
Dungeon.
Ness said, you
Mhm,
know what, Rodney? Yesterday when I went live, I was supposed to talk about this lovely love thing.
mhm,
But then you come up here and you start talking about how they talking about you and all of this other stuff. And she kind of alluded to the fact that maybe he felt like running to her would cause her and the finesses to completely protect him.
mhm.
And then towards the end of all of that, Ness said, you know what, Rodney? I just can't have you as a moderator. I now have to
Oh,
go. Yeah, she said I
I
have to
was
go pray.
wondering when did that happen
Yep,
and how.
today.
Wow.
It happened today, and she was just like, I'm just gonna have to go pray to God about this, and I want Him to reveal to me that this is a lie.
Wow.
mm. I
You
didn't
I said,
know
know.
what?
oh.
Oh, ZX took his mod stick,
Yes, I
and
think
then
he only took his mod stick because Miss Creativity was weighing his tail out over there.
she, now somebody I did hear somebody say he's lost a few. Did he lose more than Ness and ZX's mod
So far,
stick?
I only heard about Ness and ZX.
Yeah, I
Oh,
Those are
only
the
heard
only
about
two.
those two. Besides subscribers, I only heard about the
Exactly.
yeah.
Now, view tickled the pure dog hair out of me
ooh, a
yesterday.
view is
What
She
she
hit that
say?
link. She hit that link. I thought she was about to
oh,
go up there and drag run. And she said, "Oh no, can I just sit up here and just listen?"
mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Okay, so I guess they had a little run in too."
Yeah,
And
You
he
just
every
got
so
heard
one.
her.
often,
Mm-hmm.
the viewers of you jump in there and gut punch him, and
You
then
And,
know,
run back
hold
to
on,
do what
hold on.
she
So
doing.
he allowed you to sit on his panel?
Yep.
yeah,
Yup.
but she, supports him,
Oh,
ZX. And so she sat up there just as nice and pressed. And then when she was about to drop down, she let him have it. I was
Whew.
like, wee,
oh my God. I need to go back and watch that. Hold on.
Yes.
Who that was on Rodney's?
No, that
no,
was
on
ZX's.
Z
ZX's.
and
Last
Abuse of
night.
You let him have it on there? Oh
Oh, but she
wow.
Ooh,
sat real
she said,
quiet.
can I just sit up here for a moment? See, because I tried to tell these MFers, like,
Oh my, I can't
dang.
believe a view popped out. Mim Pam?
Yes,
Mim
Mim
Yes,
Pam?
Pam.
Oh
yes.
Okay.
wow.
And then with Telemar, why when she was about to leave, she got like
Ooh,
I said, she got him with a 1-2 gut punch.
dog walked
And
him.
Oh
dog,
my God.
And
Okay,
that
I'm
was
gonna have to go over
after Miss
there.
Creativity, because Miss Creativity got up there and she asked Rodney a question.
Is ZX is it still up? Because I will
I
yeah,
go
think
over there and
so.
rewatch the Mim Pam part. I definitely
I
will.
don't know.
I think
I don't know.
so.
It
But
probably
honey,
is.
Miss
Riggs, I
Creativity
am
was
not
up
being
there.
messy. That's R&Y and Choreo and then the white chocolate. Riggs,
Honey, Miss
Riggs, you know I'm not
Creativity
messy,
got up
boo.
there and
Riggs, you
said,
know I'm not
MFO.
messy.
She said,
That's
MFO, we never
R&Y. And
liked you.
tomorrow when she do her, hold on, no, that's Tuesday. Wednesday when she R&Y, that's R&Y. Messy.
No,
And
Miss
Charlie and
Creativity.
Choreo.
Miss Creativity said, Rodney, we ain't like your MF and ass. Anyway, ZX, drop this. Let's drop this MF. And
Oh no, I have to go over
boy,
there and watch. Oh my
when I
God.
tell you, she sunk her teeth in him and
I
would
love
not
some
let.
Miss Pam. Mim Pam. I love me some Mim
No, she's
Pam.
She
talking
shook
about
him
Miss
every which way but loose. I'm talking about Miss Creativity.
yeah,
Oh,
Miss
Miss Create. Okay. So
Miss
they
Create,
both was on his ass over at
both of
ZX?
them.
Lakendra,
Okay.
Lakendra, Miss Creativity.
LaKendra too?
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Oh
And then
my
it was
God. And
TSW
Rodney sat there.
Oko
So
and
y'all mean to tell me
Trinzik.
Rodney just sat there and dealt with that shit?
No, he
No,
was
he
at
eventually dropped him because I guess Miss Creativity told him to, and so he dropped him. Then a little
Mm.
while later, he clicked that link again. ZX said, "All right, Rodney, I see you in the back. As of 20 minutes
Mm-mm.
ago, you no longer have a wrench, and I can't let you up here no more
Oh
because
my
the queens over
God.
here run this channel."
he sure did.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go over there and watch. I'm gonna have to
I
go over
think,
there and
and
watch.
like I said before, I don't care for ZX at all. He does not care for me. He's drugged me quite a few times over there
Mhm.
on his channel, and that's a-okay. I don't give a fuck. But I think he had the best interview.
Absolutely.
I think
And
he
that's
had
what I heard. And I was trying to like before I went live today because I know the ATs is live right now. So I'm really about to wrap this up in a minute. But I was
Oh
trying to get
shoot.
around to everybody and I
Hmm.
just couldn't. But I'm gonna have to go back and watch that shit
Oh
on
yeah.
ZX.
Because
hmm
it was
Yeah.
good. It was good. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and go. I'm about to go and lay back down. Thank you for having me.
Girl, don't lay down. The AT's about to be
Well,
on.
I got it on my other computer in the bag.
Yes,
Because I'm ready.
I'm about to pour me some yak, pour me some liquor, and I'm gonna watch the aunties and Auntie Bertha and Auntie. That's what I
Okay,
call
because I
Auntie
know
Yeah,
they
Bertha and
getting
he's
ready
Auntie.
to
yeah,
run
because
amok.
yes, because Rodney's gone after Bertha May all the time.
Absolutely.
So
Yes,
And I
yep.
love when she says, "Look at this little stank."
You
What?
know they is about to give us a gag. You
They
already
are.
know the hot
So,
topic tonight is gonna be y'all already know. So y'all got any last minute words before we
nope.
wrap
Charlie,
it
Thank you
up?
so much for having me. I'm going. Bye.
All
all
right,
right,
bye boo.
Charlie, win lots of money. Go ahead, drop me. Thank you for
Yeah,
having
Charlie,
me.
win us some money. You know my birthday in December. Start collecting early.
I
All
know
right,
that's
I love y'all. Thank you
right.
for having
Love
me.
you, Corio.
Okay.
Love
Drop
you,
me down.
Koyo.
Drop me down.
Okay, I'm
Thank
gonna drop you, babe. I'm gonna drop you.
you. Okay, thank you.
And huggies, and make sure y'all hit that like button, the Hood Table 402 for the cash app.
Yes.
And I love you. Remember, stay hood.
You
Love
know I
you.
love you too. That's my girl. That's my boo. All right, Charlie Boo. But yeah, shout out to the people who still in the chat. VA, Reese, that's my nigga right there. Sassy, how you doing? Who else up in here still? Dr. Sophie, Linda. I don't know how many of y'all still in here. Doc Passer? Hold up. Is that TC coming through in the hold on, TC. Hold on, TC. Let me put my band. I gotta make sure that's you. TC?
Peekaboo, it's me.
Hey, what up, homegirl?
What up? I know everybody. Listen, I know y'all got to do your thing. Everybody's going different places. I got the package. Just wanted to let you know. And
Yay! You got the
oh yeah,
book already?
I got the book.
Why
Yes,
your
yes.
shit come so early and everybody else is like waiting and waiting and waiting? I'm like,
Yours was right. I told you my stuff come because I'm right near the airport, so it's right there. It
damn.
comes. We get deliveries really nice and
That's
quick.
crazy. You know, Charlie ain't got none of her shit yet. And I sent everybody their
What?
tracking information. I sent Charlie her tracking information, Kimberly Black. I sent
Oh my
Uppity their
gosh.
tracking information. Uppity got one of hers. Kimberly should be there by Friday, I think. And Charlie, she ain't got neither one of hers. But I sent her
Oh
tracking
my.
information and it's on the way to Charlie. But you know, she way down deep down in the SIP, like in the backwoods.
Down yonder. I got you.
Yeah. Thank
Wow.
you,
Well,
Sassy. She said good live. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
yes. It was a good live. But yeah, I just want to let you know that, and I just want to let Big Rigs know that I got something for you, and I have something for you as well. The hood, y'all gonna get y'all's. I'm sending it to you, and you send it on, okay?
Definitely send it to me, and I will definitely make sure Riz get his too, whatever it is. And then I don't know if he's still in here. Riz, are you still here? I don't know if Riggs is still here, but if he's not here, I'll hit him up.
Right. Yeah. This is what I do for my existentially wonderful and awesome, sagacious content creators. Yeah, the bots. It's
Oh, you
called
got
the
me feeling all
bots.
fuzzy wuzzy.
Oh man, oh baby,
I'm feeling all
oh
fuzzy wuzzy.
yes, no, oh you gonna get spoiled, or you gonna get spoiled.
I might keep red shit. Oh.
No, no. See, I have a way that it's gonna be yours and his, and that's that.
Mm,
That's just
I
that.
don't know, Reeds. It depends on what she's sending. I'm just playing. I'm gonna give him his shit. I'm just playing.
I got some stuff for Rig. Oh
He'll be like,
my.
HT, where my shit, nigga, where my shit.
Okay, it's getting ready to be on and pizzopping
I
too.
can't
So yeah,
wait.
okay, and I have something for everybody in y'all family, type of thing, because I pay
Oh,
attention to folks and their loved ones. So when you open your
oh,
box, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've heard other content creators say, "Well, my daughter took this, my sons took this. I don't even know where it is," and da 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 da, and on and on and on, and it just becomes like, "Hey, can you get Miss TC to get us some more?" Da, 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 all that kind of stuff,
oh,
and
that's
those
so
and
sweet.
I
We
don't
might be
mind.
sending merch back and forth, girl. We might be sending merch back and forth.
And listen, but see, you all content creators, and I appreciate you letting me get up and talk to you, pop, mop, boop, bop, and bam, 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 and that's
Mhm.
the least, because I have never ever, I don't have a membership the first, second, or third, and won't get one. Howsoever, I will always, give something back that I think is really, that you might need, not looking
Mhm.
for, but sometimes it's just about you, just like you said, pampering you
Oh.
pampering the Rigs. So
Oh, well, I appreciate it. We like to be pampered.
yes, okay.
But see, on the flip side, I like to give away stuff too. So I know I was talking the
Hmm.
other day. I said I'm going to be giving away a lot more merch soon, and especially around the holidays. So I definitely want to and it won't only be like merch with our logos or nothing on it. I'm gonna just be creating shit and just sending out shit. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
okay, all
yeah,
right,
it's
that's
just
what's
what I
up.
like. It's just what I like to do. I always been like that. Like I said before the Rona started, I used to give away
Mhm.
free cakes every month in my community. It didn't matter if it was a birthday, a baby shower, whatever, anniversary. I used to have games for everybody, free cakes, free books, free merch, free shirts, all that kind of stuff on YouTube and in my real life. So, that's
Wow.
nothing that I'm new to. But I'm trying to get back into that, trying to get back to the people who really support and fuck with us. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Wow.
Yep.
That and
Absolutely.
it's always God loves a cheerful giver, and when you give and somebody on the other end receives and appreciates, and I don't even mind when, like you say, sometimes, or like when I was just saying, like sometimes the children, or look, TC, my husband he done got it now, blah 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 blah, and I love stuff like that because I know it's appreciated. So I'll be like, okay, well,
Absolutely.
I got to get you your own stash now that it seems like everybody trying to confiscate your stuff.
Yes,
And on and
absolutely.
on.
Yes.
Yes.
And VA Sagittarius. I know let me check my inbox on my oh Lord. In my inbox, we have been discussing that show. Let's see. We mentioned August. So I'm thinking like, what's today? The 3rd? I want to say maybe we should do it like maybe the 8th. That's a Saturday. How many people are free Saturday? Maybe we can go live, maybe around 6, 7. It depends because I definitely want to make sure that everybody can tune in, or, a lot of people can tune in, because I watched the series. I watched the whole shit like a month ago. So I know some people were still getting tuned in and watching it over the last week or whatnot. But, as far as T said she is free all August to discuss this
Hmm.
show. So maybe the 8th on Saturday, or maybe the 9th on Sunday.
What
So
do y'all
I
know?
don't know. I'm free either way, Saturday or Sunday. I'm free either way. And T Danielle says she's free all August. So
Okay, got you.
yeah. So maybe I'll put up a poll on the community wall and see if people prefer Saturday or Sunday. Maybe I'll do that, because that show. Oh my God, TC, did you watch the show? Have you
No,
seen it? Oh my
mm-mm.
God, TC, that shit sent me like, oh my God, it's one of those shows where you be like, man, this shit, are you serious? But then you can't stop watching. It's one of those
Okay.
shows where it just pulls you in. Like the first episode, I was like, oh hell no. I have to watch the second episode. Then I have to watch the third episode. I had to watch all the episodes. And it's like 20 of them damn things in the whole first season. Like 20 episodes. But
Okay.
they're only like 25, 30 minutes each.
Oh,
So it
that's not bad.
literally, yeah, it won't take you too long to binge watch. But I'm telling you, that shit, get you some popcorn, get you some wine. Child, that shit was, I'm telling
Hmm.
you, it ain't like the best thing you done probably seen on television. And it's also of African characters and actors, and takes place over in Africa. What's that rich place down South Africa? What's that rich city? Or
Johannesburg.
country. Yes, yes, yes. It takes place in Johannesburg. So they got money, they got mansions, all that kind of shit. And
Oh.
they speak in English, so you ain't gotta like switch the language and all that kind of shit. But
Right.
yeah, I really liked it. I really did. I really did.
That's interesting. Oh, okay. Well, then I probably would like it because, well, I'm a Nollywood fanatic.
Oh, I love Nollywood. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about from in the day when the wigs were looking like Tyler Perry and his
Oh
original cast.
yeah,
I
because some of
mean,
them African people, I
oh,
mean, like, I know y'all can do hair over
oh,
there, bitch. Why y'all hair looking
oh,
like that? Like,
girl, you be like,
y'all can lay and
sis,
slay braids and wigs. Why
what?
y'all hair looking like that? Like,
What happened was right, yeah, I do. I have, we have a cohort that does commentary on that, and we do commentary on definitely on Nollywood. But I didn't know that I didn't know about this. The polygamous, is it called?
yes, TC, you
Okay,
have
I
to
didn't
watch it.
know.
TC, hit me up. Email me tomorrow.
I
Like, what
got
time
you.
is it? Okay, I know you don't need, so
No,
it's
no,
like
no. I
9,
got
10.
you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tomorrow, if you have
Yo,
time, watch like 2 episodes and then hit me up.
really? Is it like that?
Yes, watch like 2 episodes and hit me up. And
Ooh.
I promise you, you will want to go all the way to the end. I promise
Oh
you.
my God. It's like
And VA
that.
Sagittarius said it's definitely a Tyler Perry spinoff. I'm telling you,
Yes.
it's like 22
Okay.
episodes,
But oh my gosh, VA
but they
said
only like 30
sis.
minutes each. They only like 30 minutes each.
Okay, well, you know what? Those I find I'm kind of attracted to those. And they kind of keep my attention too. So
Hmm.
that's not bad. That's not bad at
Hmm.
all. Oh my
Yes, I would love to
goodness.
chit chat with y'all about that this weekend. Yes,
Oh my
and
gosh. Okay,
VA
I'm definitely
said
gonna take a look at it.
the ninth is good for me. So the ninth is, maybe we'll do a Sunday. The ninth is Sunday. So how about I set, because that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives us like 5 days to watch it.
Mm.
So
Okay. So
Sassy,
it's
go
a
ahead and watch it. Sassy said, I've been hearing about that show. Listen, Linda, Brenda, in my lovely love voice. I
oh,
had
oh,
kept
oh,
hearing about
oh.
it on Facebook. And when I tell you, my friends and family was like outraged. They're like, I know this motherfucking husband didn't. I know, they like dragging the shit out on Facebook. So I'm like,
Mm-mm.
damn, should I watch it? No, I'm not gonna watch it. And I'm
Now
seeing it
is
I'm
this
seeing it on the face, I'm seeing it on TV advertising and shit. And it's just too many people that I know personally who was like posting about it. I said, I have to watch this show.
so is this first season or second
I
season?
think it's just a one season hitter quitter. I don't think
Really?
there's gonna be no second season, because they do that nowadays. They do that nowadays where they will put out a season and put a whole bunch of episodes, and that's literally the whole show. It
Okay.
ain't no part 2, part 3, none of that shit. It's just they just put a whole bunch of episodes in one season. Yeah.
And just keep spinning narratives.
Yep. You're right,
All
VA.
that.
It
Oh,
catches you from the very start, because you be like, what is gonna
yeah.
happen next?
So let me ask one question without saying just a yes or no, okay?
Okay.
Not to. So
Okay.
the name of this is called The Polygamist. Does it have
The
anything to
polygamous.
do with polygamy?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But but you don't get it in the beginning. I'm telling you, it takes you a minute to even get there.
Okay.
Like, it's just the storylines of the people who he's involved with. It's like surprise after surprise, storyline after
Yes.
storyline. I mean, like it's not just flat out like oh, I thought this was gonna happen. No, it's so many different twists and curves. I'm
Oh,
telling
okay.
you, I'm being honest. It's so many
Okay.
different twists and curves. You'll be like, no, this every time you see or hear something that happened or went down, you be like, oh no, this you lying to me. Like,
Okay. Well,
I
then
am
that's
so serious, and I am very good at like ending a movie or a TV show. I am very good at ending it in my head, like, okay, this is gonna happen. This is one of those shows where nope, didn't see it at all. Nope, nope.
okay.
You don't catch all the twists and turns. You just don't. So whoever wrote this book or this movie, I know it was a Tyler Perry. Then somebody said it was a Tyler Perry spinoff in the chat, but it definitely wasn't Tyler Perry. But they definitely knew what the fuck they was doing. So I'm just, yeah. And VA, I did not catch the bird and the fish reference. Don't have me go back and try to catch that reference. But yeah, it catches your attention from the start. And at the end of every episode, you be like, you can't help. Like everybody I know, I was up till 2, 3 a.m. I had to go to work, but I had to stay up and watch it. I didn't like you just keep going episode to episode to episode to episode.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Well,
It's
now
crazy.
I'm intrigued. Okay, done deal.
Yeah,
I'm
so I'm
intrigued.
telling you, tomorrow when you have some free time, if you got some free time tomorrow, just watch a couple of episodes. Just
Oh,
a
this is
couple.
gonna be good.
Just a
Okay. All
couple.
right.
Because
Oh,
I
I
have
have
to do the
never heard of
review with
this.
you guys this weekend, so you already know I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch some of the the shit that I already saw. So I'm gonna go
You're
back.
gonna
I'm gonna watch.
review you're gonna review like how many episodes?
We're not going to like review per se, episode per episode. We're just going to talk about the show and the different characters and things like that. So no, I'm not going to review every episode because that would be 22, reviews.
Oh,
But no,
okay.
I'm not doing that. I'm just going to go back and make sure things are fresh in my head. You know what I mean? So yeah, but we're
Okay.
going to discuss the whole season, like just everything, all the different characters and cast members and stuff like that.
Polygamist.
So yeah, feel
Okay.
free to take notes. Feel free to take notes.
Okay. Is it on Netflix or
I believe
Stars?
it's. Hold on, let me see. I think it's on Netflix. Hold
What
on,
is it?
Polygamous. Yep, it's on Netflix.
Oh, okay. Done deal.
Yep, and I'll be forgetting because I got every app from Disney to. So sometimes I forget. But yeah, it's on Netflix. Thank you,
It's on.
VA.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
gonna be.
VA said please go watch the bird and the fish in the intro, but it's talked about it in the episodes. I missed that, VA. If I don't catch up with it by Sunday, VA, you're gonna have to fill me in.
It talked
But
about
maybe
it.
TC got some good insight, so maybe she'll figure it out.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I'm about to get off of here, ladies, because I want to
All right.
join Bertha May and Auntie in their show. And I don't know what they talking about over there, but I assume it has a lot to do with Rodney.
Oh, God bless America. Let freedom
God
ring.
bless America. Let freedom reign. Okay. But
The
anyway, yeah,
chickens
TC.
cluck cluck. Chickens cluck cluck.
I want to
Everybody.
say uppity coming in on the very end. It says uppity ups. Hold up.
Uppity.
Uppity.
Hey, ladies.
Hey, boo.
What up, uppity?
We was just about to drop off of here. What you got, uppity, before we drop off of here?
I'm gonna drop y'all. Go ahead. I'm gonna drop me the table. Hey, uppity, I'm out.
All right, TC. No, I was just
All
coming
right.
to tell you really quickly. I don't know if y'all heard this fat teacher. He's like 400 pounds. Was stepping on the back of his 6-year-old students as punishment, and only got 2 years probation. Hey, Sassy Francis.
Ooh, what?
And yeah, and I know y'all like to do reviews and stuff, so y'all should definitely put that on y'all list when y'all do like the real world news. Mm-hmm. Yep. That was horrible. Real privilege going on in this world. You hear, Hood Table? Hey, Sassy Boo.
Hey, I will definitely put that on my list, boo. But did you get your second gift?
I gotta check. Did they say they came?
No, but I sent you the tracking information.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah. I gotta look into the tracker thing. I was out running around today, but yeah, I will. But all right, that's all I wanted to tell y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. I'll see you guys around the Houston streets. Later,
Thank
you
you,
guys.
girl. We about to go over to Bertha Mays and Aunties and see what they talking about.
Oh, I won't be there, but okay.
All
All right.
right, love. Okay,
All right, bye-bye.
All right. All right, you guys. Make sure y'all like and share the video if y'all haven't already. If you happen to be new here, please feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you to everybody who joined us today. I didn't plan on going live today, but I was like, shit, let me just get in where I fit in. Feel free to hit the Cash App if you want to donate to the Cash App, $ the Hood Table 402. And we did not discuss Sydney Star, but I heard about that VA. Maybe we can get that in tomorrow. But I did hear that shit about Sydney Star a little bit. a little bit here and there. I don't know everything, but I did hear a little bit. But yeah, so I'm about to go over here and check into Bertha Man AT and see what they talk about over here. Matter of fact, let me get their link. Just in case y'all are not subscribed to them or don't know their link, I'm gonna go ahead and drop it in the chat. There you go. But other than that, you guys, like, share, subscribe, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.